must be aware that due to COVID-19, the toilets in the change rooms can no longer be used by the public. The change rooms are only available for pilots, coaches, trainers, and registered officials. Please be aware that consumption of alcohol is only permitted in the pub room or inside the Wynyard market, situated between the field, the suburbs, the ladies' drink. No alcohol is to be consumed outside the Wynyard market, and no alcohol is to be consumed in cars around the ground. If you have empty food and drink containers, please place them in the bins around the ground and on the grandstand. Turn to page 21 of your record. The changes in today's scene. These will not be done for Ulverstone. The meeting 4, 7,
yeah, let me just check. Yeah? Good? Yeah, cool. Good to go when you are then.
Percentage of 131.29 with 32 points. Currently relegated to fourth position with Burnie on the same amount of points. They're 3 percentage points in arrears of the Burnie Dockers. Ulverstone sit in second position, clear second position, currently on 44 points with 10 wins, 1 loss and 2 draws. With a very healthy percentage of 166.71. Last time these two teams played, it was at Ulverstone in round number 9. We had a draw, 13 goals, 9-87 apiece, where the Wynyard Cats got out to a fast start, were unable to capitalise on an opportunity, and the Ulverstone Robins were very well coached back into the game through the services of Mr. Troy Davies. Could be the coach of the year, but we will have a discussion about that as the day progresses. Joining me in the commentary booth today is NWFL Supremo, and Secretary is Mr. Morgan Hughes. So welcome to the Wynyard Recreation Ground, Morgan.
Thanks, X. Supremo is probably not the word I've heard often when describing me, but no, thanks for having me. It should be a really good contest. Obviously, Ulverstone and Wynyard, massive game with some finals implications, particularly for Wynyard. They'll be looking at that third spot to try and get that double chance in that first week. Ulverstone have pretty much sewn up second. They'll need a lot to go wrong to not finish in second. This should be a really good game. Obviously, as you mentioned, the draw at Ulverstone was a fantastic contest, so I don't expect anything less.
Need to win to the Wynyard Cats in order to make sure that they can secure the third position. Bernie Dockers are over at Devonport today, so they have a big task up against them. So in order to put themselves into that position to secure the double chance at the end of the season, the Wynyard Cats need to make sure that they take home the 4 points today. They don't want another draw. They've had a couple of draws throughout the course of season 2025. Now, without some big-name players, including Billy Marshall today, Morgan.
Billy Marshall, massive loss. Probably top 2 ruckman in the competition, there's no doubt. He's a clearance monster in there for Wynyard, so again, he's a massive loss. And Bo Sharman also a massive out-X with illness, which hurts them, but they do get Josh Wolf back in as a late in. He has come right, I believe he was also ill in the week, so bit of flu going around Wynyard Footy Club at the moment, so it's a few big ins and a few big outs.
Yeah, he kicked well last weekend at the Trade Recreation Ground, where Wynyard was strong enough in order to be able to get the score on the board and come home with the 4 points. Beautiful day here at Wynyard today. We have a top of 14 degrees, currently it's 13 degrees. Feels like 10 with the wind coming from the east at about 20 kilometres an hour. So when you're looking at the screen, it's literally coming from the scoreboard side of the ground across to the interchange. So that's the grandstand side where we are currently positioned. Mentioned Troy Davies earlier with regards to him being possibly coach of the year as we get underway. And no one's able to get a decisive tack out of the centre. There goes Wynyard and through the services of Keegan Weller. It's picked up there and brought back by Jonty Dries, cross half forward. Free kick has been given to Ulverstone and half forward. We'll pick that up about Troy Davies. They play on. Ball comes back out to Bryce DeVries. He kicks inside forward 50, and it's going to be out on the full, I think. Oh,
behind.
No, one behind, says the goal umpire. So one behind it is. That goes to Mr. Bryce DeVries. So they're on the scoreboard early, less than a minute into the game, 30 seconds indeed.
We've already seen with Alden Kelly, Mitchell and Ain up forward. Play a bit small, but again, they can play taller above their size.
Certainly can. Now across the middle, Egger, inside forward 50. Howard, all alone, gets the handball to Kabicki. He kicks on his left and kicks truly. Great start for the Wynyard Cats. Bring the ball back through the centre. And Kabicki, within a minute, gets first major for the Wynyard Cats.
Not always easy to go straight out of defence and kick a goal, but they've done brilliantly there, Wynyard. Cal was unselfish, looking for Wolfie, but still got the kick off, first goal. And again, he's just another dynamic threat up forward again. When their midfield has been so deep this year with Leifheber and Fleming and Egger in there, and then they can push Cal, again, a two-time ball. Bit of work to do.
Certainly does. 150th today, was it?
150th senior game, yes.
And they've all been at Ulverstone?
Yep.
Congratulations to Justin Clark. And we get underway. Weller wins the tap this time. The second bounce. Ball gets kicked out by Fleming. Captain of Wynyard. Centre wing position. Comes back to him on his left. And hits him up now. Cross half forward. And finds. I think there is Ren Smith over that far pocket. He's looking to hit up Howard over the top of his head. No one's able to take the mark. Wolf gets his hands on. Is wrapped up in a tackle. And we'll see a ball up inside the forward 50 for the Wynyard Cats. They're kicking to the right of screen today. Wind's not really going to make much of a difference throughout the course of today's proceedings. Supposed to get less and less. DeVries off his left boot. Just goes straight across. Getting his hands on as Marley Bourne. Kicks back across his body. Good mark there taken by Blair. Blair transfers play across the goal face to the far side of the ground. Quayle further forward. Got a cross half back. That's a good mark. I think it's Leifheber. So Tommy Leifheber coming back from North Hobart this year. Been a revelation for the Wynyard Cats. Wastes no time. Goes deep inside forward 50. Grabbing the ball. bring it back out. It's Blair. By hands. He's going to get onto it again. He does. Handball smothered. I think it might go out of bounds. That it does. We'll get a boundary throw in. Our umpires today, our field umpires, I forgot to mention them at the start of today's proceedings. Anthony Mee, Ampol Mee, Cameron Hingston and Chris Purton.
It's a good crew.
Absolutely. A lot of experience in and amongst our senior field brigade here at the Wynyard Recreation Ground. Boundary throw in, half forward flank for the Wynyard Cats. Knocked down there by Cruz. Ulverstone. Kick comes out of the pack. Inside 450. Kabicki gets his hands on it for the Wynyard Cats. Umpire says, give it to me. And we're going to have another ball up. Fast start here. Both teams competing well into the contest. Robbins, release, out towards Hazelwood. Young Joe Pringle beats him to it, gets his handball away. Smith overruns the football, back to Hazelwood, and then the Flanagan. Ball out to Cruz, back to Hazelwood, by hands. Putting his team under a lot of pressure there, no one able to pick it up. Comes back out to Hazelwood though. It's like he's on the ping pong machine. Away they go, cross half forward, it's all Cats though. Keegan Weller, handball, it's up and under. Murphy Cohen against 3 Wynyard opponents, but he's able to bring the ball across the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw-in just in front of the Ulverstone interchange.
Wynyard's contested footy's been a real strong suit to start off with in the first 5 minutes here, X. Again, if they can get on top of that, that'll take them to a good start to a win.
Ren Smith, first interchange for the Wynyard Cats. On comes Kobe Lyons. Weller wins the tap down. Lenane, former Wynyard Cat, gets the handball out to DeVries. Jonty's handball goes up and down. They're able to release here. Wynyard, Lyons, deemed to be incorrect disposal. DeVries kicks inside 450. Cohen, Murphy Cohen doesn't quite get it. Ball was kicked back by Jordan Kelly, and Griffin's able to release for the Wynyard Cats. Comes into the hands of Kobe Smith. He goes back across the goal face. That's a good kick. And hits up Noah Fleming. Fleming from half back up towards Bourne. Good intercept there by William Flanagan, knocks the ball to ground. Wynyard get the handball through Pringle. Comes back out though to Blair. Blair to Lenane. Lenane now gets his kick towards half forward. It's a bit of a grubber. Pringle, good body use. Comes back out to Hazelwood. He kicks in, or goes to kick inside. Smothered. Forward 50. Fleming gets his hands on the footy again. Kicks inside the centre square. Mark has been taken by Mr. Todman. X-Man as he's known, Xavier Todman. Left footer. Father and assistant coach. Kicks inside. No one able to take the mark. Good pressure by Wynyard. Kelly on the left boot. Goes forward. Ball comes out to Hodgetts, who kicks inside. Kicks inside the centre square. Hits up Kobe Jackson. Wastes no time. His kick is a bit up and under. He's putting his teammate under some pressure. That's how. He's got a bit of work to do. He's up to it though. Great smother there by Ulverstone. Jordan Quayle kicks the ball out in front of Dawson. Dawson working hard with Howard. Howard back to Flanagan. Flanagan kicks the ball forward. It's dropped by his teammate across centre wing position. Ball comes to ground, and umpire Anthony Mee says we'll have a ball up, centre wing position, far side of the ground. 1-6. Wynyard Cats lead Ulverstone 1 behind. Getting his hands on the ruck contest there was Cruz. It's gone to the advantage of Ulverstone, but no one's able to clear. And then Hodges gets his foot to the ball for Wynyard. Half forward. Mopping up is DeVries. Jonty, that is. Kicks it back towards centre wing position. Cats, though, through Weller. Kick the ball back towards DeVries. Oh, he's dropped a sitter. Picked up there by Bourne. Gets a handball across to Howard. Howard to Lyons. Bourne running back onto the football. Not able to be clean. Good pressure by Ulverstone defence. They're able to clear. Cross half forward. Wynyard. Kick the ball back inside. Howard's the target. And that is a good mark, and it's paid by Ampol Mee to Mr. Dawson. Ulverstone Robbins kicks further afield, 15 metres. Still in possession of the Ulverstone Robins. Can't pick up the player from there. I think it might be Quayle. Kicks the centre wing position. No one able to take the mark. When you play, mops up. Kicks back inside 450 over the head of Flanagan. Jackson gets the handball away. looking for Egger. Who runs inside, kicks on his left boot. It's over the top of Lyons. Flanagan's able to mop up in the goal square. Kicks wide, finds Cruz across half back.
Just need a bit more composed here, Ulverstone. They get stuck here in the centre wing.
Cruz short again. Ooh, risky kick. Marley Bond chops it off. He's looking for Lamprey, doesn't find him. Paul wastes no time, wheels. Kicks the ball, a bit of an up and under. It's 2-on-1. No free kick to Wolf. Flanagan mops up with a handball. Out to DeVry, Quayle. Up and under again, and Wynyard. I think that's about the 5th time in a row, Morgan. They've intercepted the ball across half back. So Egger, man in possession. Centre wing position now. Comes in, finds the captain, Noel Fleming. Only 10 metres. Fleming kicks inside 450, looking for Wolf. Up, unable to take the mark. Howard, wrapped up in a tackle. Ball comes free. Use of hands by the Ulverstone Robins, and they get it outside to their half-back flank.
Bit of composure here. This is what they need.
They come inside, and they find Braden DeVries. Boys from Mott and Preston. Lateral, out towards the Todd Rogers sign. They work the ball wide. Quayle, cross half-back. His kick to the advantage of his teammate, and they come inboard, taking the mark there. Is that Braden DeVries?
Lamprey
with the left boot out in front of Murphy Cohen. It's been a revelation for them coming across from the NCFA. The Hazelwood and Blizzard dives in on top of the football, and we will see a ball up. This time, though, we're inside the forward 50 for the Ulverstone Robins.
A bit scrappy to start this game. Ulverstone just need to probably look for that outside ball.
No one able to clear. We'll have another ball up. Played almost 10 minutes, first quarter. Lene, handball. Gets cut off by Wynyard, defence. That was by Smith. Out to centre wing. They're able to move the football through Cody Jackson. Oh, Brandon Howard's got some space here. He kicks. That's a poor kick. Lyons and also Smith not happy. Good cut off there by Ulverstone Robins. Centre up back now. Through the services of Quayle. Hits up Lene. Centre of the ground. He decides to play on. Goes long. He's looking for the lead. I think it is Bryce DeVries. So Bryce DeVries has taken the mark.
That was a better ball movement from Ulverstone. Started from that Quayle. Well, the McGurk intercept again. Brandon Howard unlucky with that 2-on-1, but those are the ones you've got to make sure of. But again, you can't have that turnover in your forward 50 again. To Quayle, to Lene, 2 better ball users for Ulverstone. And now Bryce gets a chance to get a goal on the board and get the Robins in the lead.
About 35 metres out on an angle, but for the right side for the left footer. And it's gone across the face of goal. And Jordan Kelly's given away a free kick. Hands in the back. When you take it, so they're mucking around with it. That they seem to have sorted themselves out. So Curtis Brasendale's on the back end of that. He gives it back to his captain, Fleming. Sees someone centre of the ground. That's a great kick to Ren Smith. Smith by hands to Leafever. They're out here. Josh Wolf is in commanding position. Great use of the body. Good mark over the back. And he outpositioned his opponent. He's got a bit of size on him too. So he's around about 25 metres out on around about a 15-degree angle. And we'll have a shot at goal. That was good ball movement, Morgan, but in cuts.
Yeah, consecutive plays, one from either side, from transition defence to offence. Again, they were in a bit of trouble in the back pocket, and Mason Hodges with that kick inside from the middle was fantastic. Now Josh Wolf to make it 2 goals to win.
Josh Wolf. Looks like he's slotted. The boys are pretty happy. Good penetration on the kick, and that's his first for the game. So it's been a revelation since he's come across from the Burnie Dockers this year. Joshua Wolf represented not only the NWFL at regional level, but also Tasmania at the state level as Josh Wolf. Believe it or not, he wasn't even playing football until grade 11 at Marist Regional College, Morgan.
There you go.
So since he's had that opportunity back then, he represented Sardis over against the AGS.
Did you get him into it, did you? Is that why? Are you claiming him, are you? Is he one from the stable?
Well, Paul Connors actually came up and asked me about him at that point in time. So they obviously saw something in him. He's very athletic. His mother, Katrina, is former former athletics and in particular high jumper, and did very well. So he's got it in the genes. The ball goes inside forward 50. Overruns everyone. Dawson's able to pick it up for Ulverstone. His handball goes astray. Comes out to Wynyard. They're able to get the clearance. No, they're not. Smother on Jet McGurk's release by foot by Wynyard. And umpire Mia says that he's holding the football on Brandon Howard. So Justin Clark, 150th, kicks outside, forward 50. Wynyard though through the services of Shega, got the ball back inside. It's a bit of an up and under. Wolf punches from behind. Comes to McGurk, that's off the side of the boot. I'm not sure that's going to be in. No, it'll be a free kick out on the full. And Sharon Egger will take the free kick. One on the 50-metre arc, opposite side of the ground. 2 goals, 12. Wynyard played one behind Ulverstone. Targets Howard, doesn't take the mark. In the back was Ren Smith. That's how the umpire sees it. And the free kick goes to Ulverstone. They transfer play, they don't muck around. Comes out to Blair. Grandstand side, the wet area side of the ground. He kicks further afield, finds McGurk. And again, Blair gets his hands back on the football. Uses that trust to get put up to centre wing position. Almost taking the mark. Here's Breeze. It was a good tackle there by Wade Murphy and DeVries. Hazelwood hits the ball over the boundary line with a fist over the top of Brasendale. So they've boundary throwing one in front of the Ulverstone interchange.
Very slingshot football at the moment. It's going end to end, which is exciting for the neutral.
Up to almost 15 minutes into the first quarter. 2 goals, 12 Wynyard. One behind Ulverstone. Similar to what happened last time they played. Blair gets the kick out of the congestion. Joe Pringle by hands. Comes out to Hazelwood. That's a great kick. And he finds Ethan Bond centre wing. Centre of the ground. Inside 450 he goes. And his kick is chopped off there by the player in Droz. Droz goes across by hand to Hodgetts. And transfer it out of defence really well. Comes into the hands of Leaf Heber. He decides to hold it up just outside forward 50 and hits up a leading Brandon Howard almost typical angle to the right side for a right footer. Shooting for goal with maybe the third straight, more than the fourth in the Cats.
Yeah, again, I think the forward line of, with Howard and Wolf, and then you've got the smalls in Kubicki when he's rotating down there, you've got Kobe Jackson down there, you've got Ren Smith down there. Again, it's just a dangerous forward line. Ben Dawson, Jet McGurk and Justin Clark have a bit of handsful, I reckon, at the moment.
Interchanges are plenty for the Wynyard Cats. Kubicki and Weller come back on. Howard, very deliberate approach. A bad looking kick, but I think it's just to the near side. And it's one behind to Brandon Howard. So that's the first blemish on the board from Wynyard Cats. They go to 2-1, 13 leading Ulverstone one behind, so 2 goal differential. Lanane will do the kicking in. He goes wide and finds Nelson Cruz. Outside defensive 50, finding Blair. His hands on the footy a bit, Morgs.
Yeah, he has. He'd be close to 10 surely by this time. Again, he's one that gets a fair bit of the footy.
Is that mud or tattoos on his leg?
I think it's mud. I reckon it's mud.
Comes by hand to Flanagan. Flanagan back to Blair. He's providing some drive out of half back, but that kick's a shocker. Picked up by Joe Pringle. He's showing some dash across half back. His kick, though, is a bit of an up and under. It's a good mark taken by Liam Flanagan. Under a bit of pressure from Cal Kubicki.
Definitely tattoos on Flanagan's legs.
Absolutely. Goes with the hairstyle. Looks to transfer play, but decides against it. Now we'll go down the grandstand wing. Brasendale. Across the back. Bourne. Leaf Heber. They bring it out through Fleming. Over the top was Wolf. Mopping up. Flanagan. Good kick. Further afield to Clark. Clark to Hazelwood. Plays on. Doesn't waste any time. Runs around Smith. Brings the ball back inside. Dangerous kick. Leaf Heber chops it off for Wynyard. Hodgetts up and under. Comes out to Smith. Takes the mark. Hazelwood stands it. It's a poor kick. It's at the feet of Kubicki. And getting a free kick being legged there was Keegan Weller. Has he got the distance in him, Morgs?
He does. He definitely does. Again, he's probably had to be in the ruck a bit more today with Billy Marshall not playing. But there's no doubt his ability up forward has been fantastic since he made the move last year. Did notice he played down back against Latrobe, but seems to be he's rucking forward today.
Yeah, he's got some big shoes to fill. And Billy Marshall being unavailable this weekend. Very deliberate approach. Women's coach, NWFL senior women's coach. Oh, he's kicking from 55. That's not a bad effort. Well read, Morgan. Keegan Weller puts the third through for the Wynyard Cats, and that's his first for today. And they move to 3 goals, 1-19. They lead by 3 goals exactly, as Ulverstone only have the one behind.
Obviously not panic station, Jeff, for Ulverstone. We know they're a fast finishing side, as they've shown this year, and again, obviously the reverse fixture at Ulverstone showed that, but again, a bit of worrying signs through the middle. I think the midfield battle's just they're getting on top. That delivery inside 50 that led to that goal with the connection between Fleming and Leafhead was fantastic, so again, they're just getting that run, which is obviously getting winning on top in this game at the moment.
Ball up, doesn't go anywhere. And umpire will say, we'll do it all again, boys. Dawson v. Weller. Ball goes up. So the boys. And then the ball comes down. Hazel gets on top of it. Kicks inside. Lenane. Oh, great body work. Agility. Gets the handball across to his teammates. Jordan Kelly. They kick the first for the Ulverstone Robins. That's a good reply. It's a quick reply. So they go to 2-1-7. Trailing the Ulverstone Robins 3-1-19. We're coming up to the 19-minute mark of the first quarter.
Not to state the obvious, but obviously needed that one. Again, unselfish from Mickey Lenane, the ex-Wynyard player, and Jordan Kelly gets on the end of it, as he has a lot this year. Again, I believe he's in the top 6 for the goal kicking, so fantastic finish.
A very similar start to the game as it was in round 9 at Ulverstone. So Wynyard Cats got out to a fast lead, and Ulverstone Robins are able to stem them back by 1. So Weller this time picks the ball up, kicks inside forward 50. Oh, Josh Wolf misses. Easy chest mark, and they're able to release here the Ulverstone Robins. It comes back inboard. Blizzard takes the mark right in the centre of the ground. Decides not to transfer. Hazelwood screaming for it. Kicks the ball inside 450, but Darcy Brasendale chips in front of Murphy Cohen and takes a good defensive mark. He goes wide. That's a poor kick. All his defensive effort has been undone. And Morgan has taken the mark inside forward 50 on the far side of the ground.
I think it's Logan Lamprey.
A few seagulls hanging around. Beautiful day here at the Wynyard Recreation Ground. God's country. So he comes through in, kicks a goal, and he's gone across the face.
Yeah, Lamprey.
And here's Logan Lamprey, and he gets his first score for today, being a behind. Griffiths, Hodgetts, still inside, defensive 50. Wynyard Cats. They transfer now, they come across opposite side of the ground, Drods. Brasendale, Darcy. His kick finds its target. Stafford. It's got Marley Bourne. Chooses to use him. Grandstand side in front of the Wynyard interchange. Not much movement. Decides to play on. Kicking to about 35 metres out. It's 1 Wynyard, 5 Ulverstone. Oh! Roving was Egger, gets the handball to Wolf. Wolf loses the footy, but Keegan Weller mops it up and kicks the goal. So that's his second. Keegan Weller, they're pretty fortunate really to come out of that. Mind you, poor defensive work there by the Ulverstone Robins, 5v1 in the contest. So Wynyard move out to 4-1-25 to the Ulverstone Robins 1-8.
May have been a bit of overcompensating. There was a fair few that probably went up in that marking contest with Josh Wolf. Again, with Josh Wolf being so dangerous up in the air, I can understand why the numbers went up, but obviously there weren't many at ground level when that ball went to ground, and obviously a bit unconventional with Josh Wolf fumbling, but again, Keegan Weller gets on the end of it, and that's his second.
Doing the fundamentals well, Sharon Egger, front and centre, got the handball, went straight through Wolf's arms. Maybe he's still feeling a bit fatigued.
Yeah.
Ball back in the centre. Bourne this time. Goes up against Dawson. Ulverstone able to get the footy and kick it towards half forward. Taking the mark was Jordan Kelly. Kick was by Braden DeVries. Kelly on his right boot. Goes to the top of the goal square. It's a poor kick. Murphy Cohen didn't have a chance. And the big fella there.
Clay Griffith.
Yeah, that's right. The man that played 200 games of football. Senior footy, former Ulverstone player, former Devonport player in the TSL. Way back when. Vrees gets it out the Quayle. Good vision. Hits his teammate. Hay, who goes further afield and wide. And the mark has been taken about 25, 30 metres out. Grandstand side of the ground by a busy Jordan Kelly.
There's no doubt Ulverstone have to be so certain with those kicks inside 50. You've got Clay Griffiths, who leads the comp in intercept marks. You've got Darcy Brasnell, who's one of the premier key defenders, who will intercept when need be. So again, they've just got to make sure with these kicks.
Right side for a right footer, Jordan Kelly. Gives a bit of air, but I'd suggest that might have been out on the full, and that it is. So first out on the full by Jordan Kelly. So he's kicked one goal, one out on the full. Been busy in the latter half of the first quarter. We're coming up to 23 and a half minutes. Mark drop by Ren Smith. Flanagan mops up. Comes back to Quayle. Bit of an up and under. Top of the 50. Pringle. Good kick inside to Egger. Wastes no time. Brasendale now. Kicks the ball wide. Howard runs onto it. Gets the handball back. Marley Bourne. Steps around his opponent in Bond. Ball comes inside forward 50. Is that Smith? It is. They're able to release from McGurk. Ulverstone. Good releasing kick. Onto it is DePoli. First time I've really seen him today. Good mark by Dawson. Good use of his left foot there. Young Ollie DePoli. Pull kick by Dawson. Puts his teammate under pressure. Free kick will go the way of Brasendale. There's a bit of spite here. Mickey Lanane's in it. Former Wynyard veteran. Is that him and Kabicki? Or was it Fleming? Fleming.
Yep.
So Lanane and Fleming. Just renewing acquaintances.
I think so.
Marley Bourne goes. That's interesting. He's gone back 30 metres to Darcy Brasendale. Might have forgotten which way he's going. So Brasendale, wants to go back across the face. Does so. To Curtis. To Griffiths. Out the far side. Can't pick that up.
Drods, I think.
Drods, is it? And he goes further afield looking for Murphy. Overruns the football. Picked up by Ulverstone. They run across the boundary line. Boundary throw in. 25. Plays 8. Wynyard Cats lead. 4-1. Plays 1-2. Deep into the first quarter. We're up to the 25.5 minute mark. Beautiful ground. Bathed in sunshine here at Wynyard today. Oh, Blair unable to release the kick. Comes back to Clark. Clark by hand to Hazelwood. Good kick inside 450. Lanane running back. Showing great courage, but a good defensive fist there by Cameron Drods for the Wynyard Cats. Lots of players in and around the football. And there's the siren. The end of the first quarter, we have the Wynyard Cats 4-1-25, leading the Ulverstone Robins at 1-2-8 at quarter time. So very similar to the round 9 fixture at Ulverstone, where the Wynyard Cats got out to a strong lead at quarter time, similar to what's happening here at the Wynyard Recreation Ground. And it'll be interesting to see what Troy Davies is able to organise amongst his cohort from quarter time onwards in order to make sure that they start to hit the scoreboard. Goal kickers for the Wynyard Cats, Callum Kabicki, Josh Wolfe and 2 to Keegan Weller. To the Ulverstone Robins, the single solitary goal goes to Jordan Kelly. Morgan Hughes.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that both sides probably should look at again. I think a few of their key midfielders for Ulverstone, so Braden DeVries and Ollie DePoli Kubank, probably been a bit quieter than usual. I think that's probably fair to say. Jackson Blair's been good. Jordan Quayle, I thought, has been really good for Ulverstone as well. Again, the forward line probably haven't seen much of it, I suppose. So again, they haven't got into the contest just yet. Wynyard are on top there, obviously, with their pressure and their clearance work. Just probably need to nail a bit of better ball use out of D50. But apart from that, their forward line looks really dangerous, especially when the ball gets to ground. Again, I think, like I said before, I think there's a bit of overcompensation when the ball's in the air and Josh Wolf's going for a mark. Again, we know how dangerous he can be. So, yeah, it's a good contest. I think it's equally poised. I know the scoreboard is a 3-goal advantage to the Cats, but I think I wouldn't go anywhere for the next 3 quarters.
Well, we see Wynyard Cats 4-1 at 25, leading the Ulverstone Robins at 1-2. We're going to take a quick break from the Wynyard Recreation Ground, and we'll be back with you very shortly. Welcome back to the Wynyard Recreation Ground, where we see the Wynyard Cats 4-1-25, leading the Ulverstone Robins 1-8. Got some updates, Morgans, from scores around the grounds.
Around the ground, so at the Circular Recreation Ground, we've got Circular 5-3-33, the Latrobe Demons 2-2-14. At Devonport, the undefeated Devonport Magpies 6-2-38 to Burnie 2-1-13. And then at Girdleston Park, East Devonport 0-2-2, Penguin 6-6-42.
Interesting to see whether Burnie can control the damage on the scoreboard this afternoon. Percentage only lead Wynyard by 3 points. 3 percentage points at this juncture, and Wynyard have got out to a good start. They want to not only get the 4 points but also increase their percentage. Burnie going to have to manage the damage today, Morgs, against Devonport at Devonport Oval.
Yeah, they will. In saying that, Wynyard will host Devonport next week, so again Wynyard will probably have the same problem the week after, and Ulverstone, unfortunately for them, will travel to Devonport in the last round and they'll have to do the same thing. So again, it's probably a good tune-up, to be fair, for the Magpies, again having to face the next 3 best in the last 3 weeks of the roster season.
Probably a good opportunity for each of those 3 teams too to try something different against Devonport Magpies to see what works. So throw their players around and see whether they're able to create a bit of an upset.
Well, it's a you've got nothing to lose really. Again, you're expected to probably unfortunately lose the roster game. So again, why wouldn't you switch some magnets around and make some changes, make some adjustments?
About to start the second quarter here. Come out to about 3 o'clock. 4-1-25 the Wynyard Cats. Ulverstone 1-8. Goal scorers for the Wynyard Cats. Keegan Weller 2, Wolf with 1, and Kabicki with 1 for the Ulverstone Robins. A solitary goal scorer is Jordan Kelly with 1. Fire in the middle of the ground, about to get proceedings underway. Looks like it's Chris Pert. And away they go. This time it looks like it's Cruz who wins the tap. Wynyard, they're able to release the football. Comes to Kubicki by hand, out to Weller. Keegan Weller showing his mobility for a big man. Kicks inside 450. Howard unable to take the mark. Flanagan by the hands. Releases. They're able to move the football all the way out to Johnny DeVries. Still inside defensive 50. Good kick. Finds Cruz. All alone. Kicks the ball. Centre wing. Dawson punches. Comes to DeVries. That's the big fella Bryce. He jumps on that left boot. Kicks inside 450. Murphy Cowan. Under some pressure. Ball's released. Comes out to Brasendale. And hits up a target, that being Clay Griffiths. Senior statesman here at the Wynyard Cats now from Ulverstone Robin. Kicks a bit of an up and under, but it goes towards half forward. Oh, over the top. Unable to take the mark was Egger. Ball comes to the ground. It's released by Xavier Tobin. That's a good kick to Murphy Cowan. Good pressure applied by Jimmy Richards. Ball comes free from the tackle. Comes out towards Tyler Bates. Bates' kick has found Leif Heber. Transfers play, but that's a terrible skill error. He puts his teammates under a hell of a lot of pressure. Quayle provides that. Comes back out to Smith. Smith. Back to Bakes. He goes further afield and finds Egger. Right. Inside. Back to Bakes. It's got Leif Heber on the outside. Chooses not to use him. Inside 450 is his target. Unable to take the mark was Bond. Ball in dispute. Looks like Ulverstone are going to get it out here. They do. Blair. Trusty left boot. Finds a teammate still in the back pocket from Ulverstone Robbins. They transfer play again through DeVries. Flanagan. Blizzard. Looking for Lanane. Also helping out there was Braden DeVries. Oh, wrapped up in a tackle. Not in the back, says umpire. Lanane applies the pressure against Smith. I think Smith has got the job with him today, Morgan.
Yeah, I reckon.
Also DePoli. I think DePoli's also been tagged.
Fleming's been going to win the contest.
There's no doubt that Wynyard have come in order to be able to smother a couple of plays in particular in and around the football, stop their run. The kick inside forward 50, this time the Ulverstone Robbins. Murphy Cowan gets onto it, pushes off one, pushes off two, gets the boot the ball, goes across the face of goal, over the top, poor bounce in front of Pringle. Comes to Blizzard, he does a banana. Unfortunately, they stays to the same side, so Eli Blizzard gets the first score of the second quarter. They go to 1-3-9, trailing the Wynyard Cats 4-1-25. 3 minutes in. Mason Hodgetts plays on from fullback. He's looking for Curtis Brasendale. He's kicked it out of bounds. Is that deliberate umpire? No, they say. And they'll have a boundary throw in.
Jeez, I wouldn't want to be umpired by you.
Well, it's all about perspective, Morgan. And perspective subjective. Weller takes the other ruck, gets it on the boot. Been prominent. Flanagan shows this man across half back. He's centre wing though. Kicks inside. Finds Lanane. That's a good mark. Pushing the back. Says Bakes. No, says the umpire. We'll see him on a dark night. Mickey Lanane with those boots. Steps around Bakes. Comes inside 450. Dragged down. Get his hands on it is Fleming. He's able to release, but his kick's a poor one. And the mark is taken by Geordie Quayle. Wastes no time. Kicks inside forward 50. Poor kick. Fist to it. Darcy Brasendale this time. He's looking for Dawson. And relieving pressure was the big key down back, Mr. Darcy Brasendale.
I know we've spoken about DePoli and Braden DeVries being a bit quiet, but there's no doubt Jordan Quayle stepped up today. He's playing like a captain again. His delivery and soft has been pretty good. Just needs to hit that target.
Absolutely. Ooh, over the head was Weller. And free kick will be going to Bryce DeVries. Umpire Mr. Hingston just asking players to get out. You'll be kicking from outside the 50-metre arc. And that breeze will come across his left shoulder. So a little bit left to right here, Morgan. It's a nice little draw for him.
I think the distance won't be a problem for Bryce.
Good looking kick. but it's just to the near side. Didn't quite come back enough. And so that's his second behind of the game. They move to 1-4-10, trailing the Wynyard Cats 4-1-25. Griffiths from fullback. Finds Hodgetts. Weller. Cross half-back. Scoreboard side of the ground. Kick doesn't hit its target. A release comes to Topoli. That's a beautiful kick. Great lead. Hits up the big full forward, the recruit out of the NTFA, Murphy Cowan. Won a couple of games off his own boot this year, Morgs.
His kicking backs are funny. He sits second in the goal kicking behind Kai Cameron. He's only 3 behind, I believe. Again, if you can get him open, he gets a step on you, you're going to struggle because, again, he's a good lead and he's a good kick. So let's see how he goes.
Top of the 50-metre arc. Definitely got the distance. Accuracy. Unfortunately, he's a little bit wayward, so that's his first for the day. And it's one behind. So they've had opportunities. They move to 1-5-11. Trailing Wynyard Cats 4-1-26.
Main thing is they got him in the game. Again, he probably didn't get a touch that first quarter.
Griffith by hands. Comes out to Bakes. Further afield. Finding Smith. Kobe, that is. Out to Egger. Egger's played on. Umpire says, you've got to bring it on. You've got to play on, son. Into Hodgetts. Looking for Jackson. I think he's taking the mark over the back. Yes, it's been paid by umpire Cameron Hingston. And he's going to be kicking from outside 50. Not sure he's got it in him, to be honest, Morgs.
Yeah, it'd be tricky, I reckon, for him. I reckon he's kicking on about 55. Of course, the 50 line here at Wynyard might be a bit questionable.
Not going to make the distance.
Good call.
Gets to the top of the goal square. Howard brings it to the ground. McGurk, and he will... free kick comes back to Flanagan. So it happened in the goal square beforehand. He brings the footy out. Finds his teammate in Bond. Bond. Oh, look at that. Brings it inboard. Clark. He's 150th by hand. Back to Bond.
Oh.
Kick. Chopped off by Kubicki by hand. Kelly and Kubicki dies for the football. Goes across the boundary line right in front of the coaching panel for the Ulverstone Football Club. Todman, Marcus Todman is part of that.
Kubicki just coming off a bit sore by the looks of things. A sore shoulder.
Keegan Wellick taps it down. The ball comes out to De Vries, the big fella. He goes further afield. Finds his brother Braden. Braden kicks inside forward 50. Top of the goal square, but a good mark. Floating back was Clay Griffiths. Further afield. Smith plays on.
Good kick.
Caught Jackson further on, but he tries Leifeber. Leifeber's able to get a handball out to Jackson. Jackson kicks the ball inside forward 50, asking Howard to do a fair bit of work against two Robbins. Might have given away a free kick.
Yep.
Yes, says the umpire. And they bring the footy back out. That was Clark. Clark wide to Linane. Lights go out. We'll know where he is. There's no doubt about those boots.
There's a few of them on the field, actually.
Mickey Linane. Out to Hazelwood. Good handball out in front of De Vries. Good skill.
Well.
Good kick inside 450 looking for Cowan. Murphy Cowan gets the handball to Lamprey. Lamprey doesn't have a shot on goal but hits up his teammate. I think that's the big fellow. Is that Cruz?
I think it is. Nelson Cruz.
And Nelson Cruz, the big number 5 for the Ulverstone Robins, directly in front at 15 metres out. They'll have a shot on goal. Hopefully they can put the first major on and start to whittle away at that score differential. And I think he's just snuck it in, made the umpire do some work. And Cruz gets his first for the day, first in the second quarter, so they move to 2-5-17, trailing Wynyard Cats 4-1-25.
Unselfish footy there from Logan Lamprey again, had the chance to go on his left, unless he wasn't confident on his left, but then he's seen his teammate in Nelson Cruz, who was there in a way better position again. Special mention there to Braden De Vries on the wing. It was fantastic to paddle the ball forward and beat his opponent. So, yeah, some good things here and some players getting in the game now, so that's fantastic.
I wouldn't have seen this by the Ulverstone Robins last year, and I'd suggest that's due to the coaching and prowess of Troy Davies and company.
Yep.
So he really coached very well from a tactical and strategy point of view with the playing group that he has at his disposal. Ball up, hasn't gone anywhere. We'll have a repeat. Middle of the ground. Mr. Purton. Running out towards the grandstand. 25 plays 17. Cats lead by 8 points. Good contest here at Wynyard. Leafheaver taken off the contest. Falls over himself as well. He gets the handball out. From Kobe Smith to Kubicki. Kicks inside 450. And Howard takes a strong mark. Good contested mark. Up against Ethan Bond. Former captain of the Ulverstone Robins is the big fella.
Just good use of the body there on a younger player. Ethan Bond is supremely talented, but Brandon's done a fantastic job there to body him out.
On a slight angle, scoreboard side of the ground. Wind not a factor. And the big fella converts, lays back on it. He's pretty happy with his work. Add 6 points to the total. They move to 5-1 at 31, leading Ulverstone 2-5, 17.
It's an interesting contest in the rucks. Again, you've got Bryce DeVries and Keegan Weller, who are two big bodies, and to their credit, doing a fantastic job in the ruck, but probably two of the shorter rucks you'd see, I reckon, out there. But again, their competitiveness, they almost make themselves another midfielder, as you saw with Keegan Weller in the middle just before getting the handball out, with Kubicki then dishing it off, and Brandon Howard taking that fantastic mark.
Mobility's the new age, so that's what the coaches want. So we have a look at the replay there with Brandon Howard kicking truly. First for the Wynyard Cats in the second quarter. Good work there by Logan Lamprey across half back. Ball comes inside 450, but rushing out to take the mark was Clay Griffiths. He plays on, there's no one on the mark. He goes by hand.
Oh, good tackle.
Out towards Bakes. Loses the football. Oh, they're playing around with it here. Loser kicks inside forward 50. No one able to take the mark. Good double fisted there by Darcy Brasendale. And that is a rush behind for the Ulverstone Robins. So they go to 2-6-18, trailing Wynyard Cats 5-1 at 31. We're 12 and a half minutes into the second quarter. Opportunity presents out here on the grandstand side. Griffiths goes towards Darcy Brasendale, unable to take the mark. Hazelwood by Kobe Jackson. Good defensive pressure. Back from the United States, college basketball career. Now working in politics, I believe.
Son's president, kid.
Certainly is. Blizzard on the end of the handball. Goes to the top of the goal square. Good use of the body on Drods was Murphy Cohen. And no doubt about it, Morgs, he should kick this one.
You'd think so. And special mention to Cameron Drods. He's done a fantastic job so far with the big fella. Again, it's no easy task being an 18, 19-year-old having to play on one of the powerfuls of the competition. But, yeah, great body use from Murphy Cohen.
He kicks truly, does the big fella. Gets his first for the day. It's a second for the Ulverstone Robins in the second quarter. They're now 7 points in arrears. So it's Wynyard Cats 5-1-31, playing the Ulverstone Robins 3-6-24. Goal scorers for the Robins so far. All single scorers. Jordan Kelly with one in the first. Murphy Cohen and Cruz, one each in the second quarter. For the Wynyard Cats, we've got two to Keegan Weller in the first quarter, along with Joshy Wolf and Cal Kubicki. Brandon Howard, the only goal scorer in the second quarter for the Wynyard Cats. So it's the big power forwards up front that are doing the damage, Morgs.
Yeah, game just feels like it's been on a knife edge here, X.
31 plays 24. Dawson out of the ruck. Gives it to Blair on his wrong side. Oh, he's at his leg. It's taken out underneath him. Clay Griffiths gets up pretty sore. Murphy Cowan crashing into him. That's good courage by the big man.
Strong from Clay.
Wife just ran a marathon recently up on the Sunshine Coast. Hannah. Shout out to Hannah. Hope she's going well. Haven't seen her at the gym for a while. Drods on the end of it. Gets his handball out to Murphy. Murphy on his left boot. Inside forward 50. Taking the mark. At the top of that is Josh Wolf. Always played in the long sleeves.
It's a really interesting matchup at the moment, the Wolf-McGurk matchup.
I'm surprised McGurk's actually not playing up forward. So inside forward 50 goes McGurk, top of the goal square. No one able to take the mark. It's released by Ulverstone to Poley. spins himself into trouble. Kubicki wraps him up, and he's deemed to be holding the football. And so Cal Kubicki, the veteran small man, versus the up-and-coming superstar, Oliver Topoli. The veteran wins out, and we'll be having a shot from just outside 50. Directly in front, Morgs. What do you think? Do you think he's got it in the hamstrings?
I definitely do. We know how sweet his left foot can be. I have no doubt in my mind he'll be able to get this. Again, it's just about the accuracy.
Good 360 tackle there by Cal Kubicki. Played almost 16 minutes. Second quarter. 2-1 by the Ulverstone Robins against Wynyard Cats. Right on the goal line. Umpire says touched. Hamstrings working overtime for Cal Kubicki. That's his first behind or blemish on the scoreboard today. Blair. Todman. Down the grandstand wing is the call by the coaching panel. That's where they've got numbers. DeVries lays the tackle, comes out the blizzard, steps 1, steps 2, steps 3. Beautiful. Well, great work in the phone booth. Up towards Murphy Cowan, unable to take the mark. Griffiths in a lot of pain there. Got a knee right to the kidney, and that's holding the football according to the umpire on Dawson. Free kick goes to Wynyard players. Cross half back. Hodgetts holds the football. Just keep an eye on Clay Griffiths there, Morgs. Doesn't look too good.
Bit of discomfort in the marking contest, I reckon that was next.
Pushed out with Keegan Weller, and he'll receive the free kick from a teammate, Nicky Lanane. Weller, good game so far. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Wolf. No free kick according to the umpire, with McGurk coming over the top. Dives on the football as McGurk needs to knock it out. That he does. Hegger gets the war, gets it to his teammate in Stafford. Stafford knocks it forward. Contest picked up by Blair. Lefebvre loses the footy to Topoli. Good kick right in front of DeVries. Over the shoulder of Rosendale. No free kick. Ball goes out of bounds. Boundary throw-in. Grandstand side of the ground, right in front of the Wynyard interchange.
Skills just starting to sharpen up this quarter. I did say it was scrappy in the first, and I can definitely see both sides. Even with the pressure going up, I think the skills have gone up too.
Dawson v. Weller in the ruck contest. Topoli at the bottom. Kicks inside 450, looking for Cohen. That's a great double grab. Showing some real presence up forward. This is his third shot on goal for this quarter. Also an assistant coach.
Yes, playing assistant coach.
Topoli coming off. I would have kept him on. He's been pretty prominent this quarter. Only had the one disposal in the first quarter. The young man comes for a reprieve. Geordie Quayle back onto the ground.
A few words in the middle between Keegan Weller and Ben Dawson as Murphy Cohen lines up.
35 metres out. No real angle to speak of. And makes the umpire work. He's pretty happy with it. The umpire says all clear. And that's his second. And they bring it back to a 2-point margin. Wynyard lead 5-2-32. Ulverstone 4-6-30. We're coming up to 19 minutes in the second quarter.
What Wynyard did so well in that first quarter was obviously blanket their stars, and now they're starting the cream's starting to rise to the top side. Q-Bank again, beautiful with his delivery inside 50 there to Murphy Cohen again. Now he's kicked his second for the quarter, and he's really in the game now.
Wouldn't have you working the bakery, mate. The cream rises to the top. 5-2-32 plays 4-6-30 up to the 19-minute mark. And Palme into the middle. And he will throw the ball up. Weller v. Dawson. Oh, goes straight at Dawson as well. He doesn't like it. There's Benny Dawson. And Paul just says to Welly, just settle down, son. Free kick will be going to Benny Dawson. Got to go the ball. Keegan?
Wonder if that's from the words they just had before, I reckon.
Could be. Kicks towards half forward. Good mark by DeVries. Big fella, Bryce, wheels onto his left. And he's pulled the kick. And it's out of bounds on the full grandstand side of the ground. Poor kick there. They had a real opportunity. Did Ulverstone. That was a waste by Bryce DeVries, and Darcy Brasendale will be the recipient of the kick in.
A bit strange considering you were kicking to a mismatch here. Jordan Kelly on Brasendale. He's got about a head on him. Murphy Cohen had an open lead, so a bit disappointing from Albie.
Weller over the top of Dawson from the kick out from Brasendale, and ball runs out in front of KB Smith for the Wynyard Cats. They'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the boozer. here at the Wynyard Recreation Ground. Gee, Wynyard Ulverstone about to do interchange of plenty. Coming off was Jimmy Richards. Oh, Dawson and Weller again. Having a little to do. Wrapped up in a tackle was Geordie Quayle. Another ball up. Weller v Dawson. Weller gets his hand to the football. Does it run out over the boundary line? Well, not Darren. Mickey Lanane. Make sure it does and rolls across the boundary line, and we'll have another boundary throw-in. So we'll repeat the dosage.
There's a thing called karma, X. There's a thing called karma.
Looking over time also is the president of the Wynyard Cats. That's Kent Jackson. Ooh, ball comes to Fleming. Cops one in the schnoz for his work, but ricochets out. And he's brought back in by Jackson Hay, but a good mark has been taken by Clay Griffiths. Always resolute in defence. Goes one way, goes the other, and then decides to go the way in which he started. Comes out wide, and Joe Pringle's on the end of it. So he's transferred play from one side of the ground to the other. He comes inboard, looking for Brasendale. Wrapped up in a tackle by Blizzard. This could be holding the football. No, this is the umpire. Interesting.
You're going inside 15 metres over the kick, you've just got to make sure of.
Lanane coming off. Jimmy Richards back on. Clearance there by Ulverstone. They've lost possession though. No one in the ruck contest though were able to get their hands on the football. Topoli's back on the ground. He's around the contest here. Inside forward 50. Danger for the Cats. They've had their measure this quarter, the Ulverstone Robins. Comes out to Zach Hazelwood. Gets his handball. That's intercepted by Joe Pringle. He goes by hand out to Keegan Weller. Weller gets his boot to ball, and there will be a free kick. Is it further downfield? Yes, it is, because he was tackled over the shoulders. No, it's been brought back, says the umpire. Bournes had to release it back. Was in the act of kicking. So Weller now kicks long down that down the scoreboard wing. No one able to clear. Free kick being given. I think it might have been kicking in danger. Is the umpire. And the big fella Cruz gets the footy. Kicks to Jimmy Richards. There's Podge McGurk doing his best work. Looks resplendent in the pink. Really brings out the colour in his eyes. Ball across half back. Chopped off by Wynyard. Handball comes to Bourne to Kubicki. Egger by hand out to Pringle. And that's good hands. Oh, unable to take it cleanly with Brasendale. So they're going to relieve the pressure. Ulverstone comes out to Blizzard across half forward in front of Murphy. They're getting on top here, Ulverstone. You can see it. By weight of possession to Polly. Sells some candy. Kicks inside forward 50. Looking for his teammate over the back. Jordan Kelly unable to take possession, and we've got another rush behind. So there's 1 point the difference. 31 plays 32. Robbins just in arrears. Out towards half back. There's a bit going on off the ball here. Fleming and DePoli been separated. Let's turn our attention back to where the footy is. Bakes kicks inside. Forward 50 looking for Pringle. Under a lot of pressure. Unable to take it cleanly. Egger gets there. Helps him out. Pushes Logan Lamprey. Deliberate, says the umpire. So Egger kicks inside. Forward 50 and hits up a leading Brandon Howard. That's a good mark. Geez, taking a bit of a divot out of the ground too, the big fella. Under a heap of pressure there by Bond, but he was up to it. Liam Flanagan will stand the mark. Bond will go back to the goal square, right on the line. Jaron Egger comes the interchange. Hands on knees. Brandon Howard from 45. He'll be kicking just inside 50-metre arc. That's a good-looking kick.
Looks pretty good.
Umpire doesn't have to move, straight over his head. And that's his second of the quarter, second of the game. It's It's one they dearly needed. They move back out to a 7-point margin. 6-2-38. Wynyard Cats leading Ulverstone 4-7-31. Coming up to the 25-minute mark, Morgan Hughes.
Yeah, they really needed that one again. Ulverstone have got on top of them in the second quarter, as you said, X. So, again, just getting that buffer as we enter into red time in the second quarter is handy for the Cats now.
Good lead up there by Brandon Howard. Good use of the football by Sharon Egger, co-captain with Fleming. And a great kick at goal by the former Ulverstone veteran and captain. Now playing with the Wynyard Cats, Brandon Howard. Ball hasn't come out of the centre square. Kibiki tries to dance in the phone box. Wasn't as good as what Blizzard was earlier. Nonetheless, they're able to move the ball forwards towards centre half forward for the Wynyard Cats. We'll have a ball up. .38 plays 31. 26 minutes in. Second quarter. De Vries, high hand. Hay, inside forward 50. Richards, Jimmy Richards. Will he get there? Yes, he does. Wrapped up in a tackle by Drods. And we'll have another ball up. Inside the forward 50. Scoreboard side of the ground. Just in for the Ulverstone Robins.
We just got to allow no score here.
Weller gets his hands on it, throws boot to ball. It's a scrubbing kick towards half-back. No one able to clear. Hands on it. Kick by Ulverstone in the hands of Lene. Deemed to have marked it.
Yep.
According to Ampol Knee and the goal umpire. I think that might have been Jackson Hay that did the kick. Or was it Geordie Quayle? Lane on an impossible angle, but the right side for a right footer. He gets the opportunity. It's on the siren.
Behind.
And it's deemed to be one behind, according to the umpire. So, I'd imagine that would be a rush behind. Still a bit of feeling in this game. Morgan, as the players start to make their way off the field. Both teams have a bit to say to each other. Brasendale, De Vries push each other away. It's Darcy. So it's 6-2-38 the Wynyard Cats, leading the Ulverstone Robins at 4-8-32. Our goal kickers so far are as follows. For the Wynyard Cats, we've got 2 each to Brandon Howard and Keegan Weller. Both of those boys kicked 2 goals in quarter number 1 for Weller and quarter number 2 for Howard. The other 2 goal scorers, single goal kickers in the first quarter, Callum Kibiki and Josh Wolfe. He was pretty quiet that quarter. For the Ulverstone Robins, Murphy Cohen has kicked 2, both in the second quarter. Nelson Cruz and Jordan Kelly. So 6-2-38. The Wynyard Cats lead the Ulverstone Robins 4-8-32 with the synopsis of the first half. Morgan Hughes.
Yeah, again, really good contest here. As we said, I think Ulverstone got back in that contest in the second quarter and were stronger around the footy, and the better players started to stand up in Braden De Vries, Oliver DePaula-Cubank, and obviously the big power forward in Luke Murphy-Cohen. But I think with Wynyard, I think they need to start getting some of their bigger players into the game. Tommy Leafhead was a bit down in that quarter, and as you mentioned, Wolfie was a bit quiet as well. So this game is poised in the second half.
Joining us in the box is Scotty Pearce, the president of the Ulverstone Football Club, and we thank him for giving up a bit of his time here this afternoon. I know he's a busy man, plenty to do, so welcome up to the commentary box and out to Wynyard, Scotty. So Ulverstone Roberts done some exceptional work under the tutelage of Troy Davies in the last couple of years, in particular season 2025.
Yeah, going along all right. Thanks for having me. Good to be here. Not much to do today, just sit back and watch footy all day, so it's been nice. But, yeah, they've been going well. This year's been an improvement again on last year. Yeah, playing some reasonable football. Club's pretty in a good position at the moment, especially number-wise. And, yeah, it's just a bit different to where we've been in years before, so it's been a slow build the last 5 years, so it's got to the stage now where we're pretty competitive in most grades, which is good.
I'll just get you to bring that microphone a little bit closer to you, Scotty. Noticed the girls were very competitive today against the Wynyard Cats. at times when you don't have the contingent of those girls that are playing in the Devils program in your side, they really struggle for competitiveness. But today, with them in the side, they were very strong against Wynyard, who are deemed to be a premiership threat.
Yeah, they had their chances, the girls. They played some good footy, and I suppose that's to do with a lot of the with the Devils girls and the boys as well. When they're not your side, you're not as strong, and especially in the women's space. When you lose 3 or 4 really good players, it does make a difference. But where we've come from, we struggled last year, obviously. So Michael Pass has done a great job getting a list together for a start, and making it competitive has been a bonus as well. So that program's on the improve, which is good.
Fantastic. Across the board, what does the Ulverstone Footy Club do with regards to trying to retain players? I mean, previously, before the university was up in the northwest, only the players that got trades were generally hanging around. These days, with the university now on the northwest coast, you're able to keep players at the football club. What's your strategy in order to be able to keep them here on the northwest coast?
Yeah, well, that's handy. It's always handy having farmers or tradies about your club or apprenticeships. That keeps them on the coast. But I suppose just working with your junior program. So right through our Auskick, we've got a great Auskick program that starts with kids at the football club. So through the under 12s right through, just the key is having a local contingent and keeping it at your club as long as you can. 5 years ago, obviously, when Stephen French first started coaching, we were under no illusion where we were. He was told we won't win many games. Let's just get us as many games into the kids as possible. Take the Devonport approach.
Yes.
Devonport, struggled for a few years and were cobbing some buildings and just went back to playing their juniors. Had a good junior program. Started playing their juniors, and success ended up coming. So we took that tack. It's taken a while, but you can see now that's starting to improve, and you had a few players to a list, and all of a sudden you're competitive.
Absolutely. Now, talking about the competitiveness, in particular in today's game, you're down by a goal. Last time you came back from a significant margin, in particular in the first half, because when your Cats really got out to a handy lead. What's super, so Troy Davies, what's he been able to do with the playing contingent this year that he wasn't able to replicate in last year's season?
Oh, I think it's just a bit of belief. Getting numbers together, like numbers pre-season are really good. So they've just got a good belief, and it shows. It's not probably Super wouldn't be over-impressed. It's not ideal getting away to slow starts, but it shows the belief in the group and where they've come from, that they can come from behind and win games, even when they're 5 or 6 goals down. So at the start of this game, Wynyard had their own way. We're a bit lethargic and just let them run through the middle a bit too easy. So they tightened up in that second quarter. Now they're back in the game, and probably should have been in front, to be honest. The amount of play we had towards the start of that second quarter probably should have been a goal or two in front. But we're in the mix, so that's the main thing.
Fantastic. Guaranteed, if you finish either in second position, that you will get the opportunity to have a home game, a home final, if not two?
Yeah, well, obviously 3 games in front plus plenty of percent, so a lot would have to go wrong. So, but we're still not over the line yet. So, if we can finish second spot, we'll get a final one. Unfortunately, the NWFL Grand Final was on the Saturday. So,
right.
So our game, if we're lucky enough to host, will be on a Sunday. So,
okay,
fingers crossed, the weather's all right.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. What about the expanses of a big ground? Because Ulverstone's not that. It's got a bit of length, but it's not that wide, whereas compared to where the grand final is played, similar to the Devonport Oval, it's Latrobe Recreation, Latrobe Football Oval. So how does the team sort of combat that size differential with regards to their game strategy?
I don't think that makes a great difference. Myself, we've got a small side that runs the ball pretty well. So the bigger the ground, probably the better, but they play well at Ulverstone. They played well there this year. We're 3 games in front of second spot at the moment, so they're doing something right. So I don't think it really matters these days where you play.
Fantastic. Last but not least, just want to ask you on a personal front, how's young Moose going, and how's he handling the fact that the Fremantle Dockers are thereabouts once again?
No, they're going okay. Big game tonight, obviously, against Port Adelaide. Just can't drop a game that you're meant to win. That's probably 6 or 7 in the top 9 now are in that position. So, they're going well. Obviously, Alex back in tonight, which is good.
Fantastic.
back in at the right time of the season, hopefully. So they can sneak a win tonight, maybe get Brisbane next week. That should be a short of a spot, but whereabouts that'll be, anyone knows. But yeah, they're a chance, I reckon, this year. But there'll be another 7 or 8 sides that think the same thing as well.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Well, on behalf of all of us here along the Northwest, we wish you, the family, young Moose, all the very best with that endeavour, and we look forward to seeing not only him, but the Ulverstone Robins in the final series later on in season 2025.
Yep, have 2 of them would be nice, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Right, so.
Scotty Pearce from the Ulverstone Football Club, the president. We'll take a break here from the Wynyard Recreation Ground where we see the Wynyard Cats 6-2-38 leaving Ulverstone 4-8-32 at half time. We'll be back in around about 10 minutes. Welcome back to the Wynyard Recreation Ground, where we see the Wynyard Cats currently lead at half time, 6-2-38. Ulverstone Robins 4-8-32, so a goal the difference. Quick round the grounds, Morgan Hughes.
Half time in the NWFL, James C. NWFL Premier League Senior Men, Circular Head Recreation Ground. We've got Circular Head 6-3-39, trailing Latrobe 6-4-40 by a point.
Bit of an upset.
Half time at Devonport Oval, Devonport 10-4-64, leading Burnie 3-5-23, and at Girdleston Park we've got East Devonport 2-2-14, trailing Penguin 10-12-17.
What was the score at Devonport again against the Burnie Dockers?
10-4-64 to Burnie 3-5-23.
Almost 40 points, 39 points, the difference there, so...
41.
41, sorry, apologies. Yeah, 41, not 39. 64-23, yeah. So the Wynyard Cats currently, according to the live ladder, hold the 4 points against the Ulverstone Robins. We'll go a game ahead of the Burnie Dockers. Interesting to see whether the Dockers are able to reduce the margin between them and the the Devonport Magpies. Both teams out here at Wynyard. So that's the Robins and the Cats will be taking on the Magpies in coming weeks. Last two rounds of the season. So percentage might be the difference in relation to position on the ladder, Morgan, leading into the finals.
Yeah, definitely. Particularly that Burnie Wynyard cluster there, 3% you said earlier, X. Separates the two, both with big games coming up.
We're good. All right, so 6-2-38 leads 4-8-32. About to get underway. Dawson v Weller. Well, start up hostilities in the second half. Weller gets his hand to the ball first this time. Both going for the football. Ulverstone are able to release. Blizzard on the end of it. Goes with a handball. Chopped off there by Griffiths. Now look at that handball. About 25 metres towards centre wing. Flanagan. First back though for the Robins. De Vries. Wrapped up in a tackle. And incorrect disposal. Free kick will go to Ren. Is that Ren Smith?
Ren Smith, yep.
It is for the Wynyard Cats. Big man versus little man. Little man one out. Ball comes to Howard. Inside forward 50. Kabicki. Has he been held without the football? No, says the umpire. He's wrapped up in a tackle. He's not that happy. And he tells the umpire, hang on a minute. I didn't have the football. Why don't I get a free kick? Umpire doesn't listen. Throws the ball up. Free kick. According to Cameron Hingston. And it was a Shepherd against Brandon Howard. He's going up for the ruck. And he will receive the free kick. Key forward. He's already got two. Two in the second term. He's on a slight angle.
I think there was a bit of a miscommunication there from Overs. I think two went up in the ruck.
Indeed, they did. There was also, I'm assuming there was a Shepherd because in the indication there by Cameron Hingston. Shoots on goal. It's going to be a good start for the Wynyard Cats. And the former key forward and captain of the Ulverstone Robins kicks his third for the day and first for the third quarter. They go to 7-2-44, leading Ulverstone at 4-8-32.
Good start from Wynyard, and again, they've just been efficient every time they've got inside 50 today, and that just goes to show in the first minute and a half they've got a goal on the board.
Brandon Howard, key figure up front for the Wynyard Cats. Murphy Cowan looking to do the same for the Ulverstone Robins as the ball comes back into the middle. Umpire Mr. Purton will throw it up. This time Dawson wins the tap, brings it to ground. Fleming gets his boot to ball, knocks it forward. Leafheaver tries to continue to knock the ball forwards, cross half forward for Wynyard. No one's able to clearly take possession. Weller wrapped up in a tackle just outside the centre square, cross half forward for the Wynyard Cats. Yet to play 3 minutes. Already a score on the board with a major to Brandon Howard, third for the day. Clearing is Dawson to Flanagan. Ball comes out to DeVries. I think he's wrapped up in a tackle as DeVries. He is. Cody Smith, was it?
Cody Smith
with the tackle. Got the handball there from Blair. Kick inside by Cody Smith, taken by Jet McGurk. Anything like his father, there's no doubt he's going to be a Jet. Laconic, but still a Jet.
I don't know if you're aware of he's going to be his dad though.
Dawson. Targets Blizzard. Pringle knocks it out. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Centre wing position, scoreboard side of the ground, 44, plays 32. 2-goal margin to the Cats. Plenty of seagulls around. Your Cairn team must be working overtime. Feeding the hundreds that are down in the boozer, no doubt, Morgs.
Yeah, a few down there actually.
Good turnout. Quality contest on our hands. The ball gets kicked inboard. Half forward for Wynyard Cats. Throwing Flanagan off the football is Marley Bourne. And according to the umpire, he didn't have possession, so Liam Flanagan will receive the free kick. Goes towards DeVries. Pressure by Brasendale. No one able to take possession. Maybe getting caught in a high tackle was Lamprey. No, says the umpire. And we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square. Scoreboard side of the ground. Weller. Out to Smith. Kick inside, forward 50. Unable to take the mark under pressure was Smith. Oh, he gets it back. Wren, that's from Liam Flanagan. Has a snap over his shoulders. Not a bad effort. Just across the face. And one behind to Wren Smith. McGurk. Out to Clark. 150 gamer. Light fluoro orange. Here's the work on his disposal is Justin Clark. Joe Pringle, the recipient of the intercept. Lieutenant Marsh Regional College. Good fly there by Brandon Howard. Bring the ball to ground though was Bond to defence. Out to Kabicki. Kabicki chasing Candy. Gets it to Leafheaver. Fleming's handball misses the target. It's intended for Egger. Finds the boundary line instead. And we'll get a boundary throw in right in front of the faithful in the wet area for the Wynyard Cats. Weller tries his own way, follows up across the shoulder, says the umpire. Free kick will go to him. Blair. Yeah. And Weller will take the receipt of the free kick. Lays back on it. Asks Howard to do a bit of work against the throng of Ulverstone Robins. Comes out the lines. He goes across his body, his left boot, and running back, what courage! With the flight of the football, does the key figure for the Wynyard Cats. Takes a very strong, courageous mark. And he'll be kicking from around about 35 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. Let's see if he can slot his fourth of the day.
He's had a big influence in this quarter to start off with. Brandon obviously kicked one earlier, and towards the end of the second quarter he also got himself into the game. So he's the ex-Robin is a big influence in this one.
He's been the prime target up front for the Wynyard Cats. Ian Smith talking to his charges on the interchange. Howard kicks truly.
That's a great kick.
He's happy with it. That's his second for the quarter and his fourth for the game. 2 in the second, 2 in the third. They extend the lead to 19 points, 8-3-51. Ulverstone 4-8-32.
One thing he will be happy about is probably seeing Josh Wolf being a laid in this morning, because again he doesn't get the best defender, Brandon, and again taking the second best defender, it's almost a mismatch with how good Brandon would be, particularly with his marking ability. So there's no doubt he would have been happy with that. Then you've got Marley Bourne and Cal Kubicki going down there too to add to that. He's a danger when you've got your second or third best defender on him.
What about McGurk forward and DeVries back? The big fella, so Big Bryce, maybe to play on Brandon Howard.
Both proven down either end of the ground, so it's probably not a bad call.
Ball centre wing position now, Ulverstone. Bring the footy out through Braden DeVries. In the centre of the ground, kick doesn't hit his target. Blair's up to the task though, wheels around to his left boot. He's looking for Murphy Cohen, he's got a bit of work to do. He's up against Drods, and the ball rushes across the boundary line inside the forward 50 for the Wynyard. For the Ulverstone Robins.
That kick from Braden DeVries, you just got to go long and deep there. Again, when you're a small ground, probably got to take advantage of that.
Tap by Cruz, goes to Murphy, releases the pressure towards the interchange. McGurk meets it there and takes it across the boundary line. Good defensive work there by one Mr. Murphy. Taking it out of the ruck was Dawson. Just gained meterage for the Wynyard Cats. And again, they do the same. From the last stoppage, ball rolls another 15 metres towards their forward. Half of the ground. In front of Sharon Egger. And we'll get a boundary throw in. No one able to cleanly contest the football. And we'll get another ball up. This time it'll be Cameron Hingston.
Wynyard will definitely be happy with the start of this third quarter after being a bit slower in the second. They've responded well.
Dawson out of the ruck. Gets it to Todman. Todman's handball goes astray. Not able to clear it to Wynyard though. Murphy tries to get onto it. Hazelwood does some good work. Gets the ball towards DeVries. Leafheber, handball to no one, goes in the centre of the ground. Jackson meets the Ulverstone opponent. DeVries follows up. Gets it to his brother Jonty. Jonty out wide to Blizzard. Blizzard to Flanagan. Can kick from 55. It's not a bad effort. Cruz knocks it in front of Brasendale and across the boundary. Across for a behind. So that's their fourth rush behind today. They move to 4-9-33, trailing the Wynyard Cats 8-3-51. What a kick.
That's a great kick.
Griffith. That's a strong, even better mark. Son of a gun. Jed McGurk, front of Josh Wolf. Shakes his head. Transfers play. Centre of the ground. Goes to DeVries. Braden looking for. Doesn't find DePoli, but DePoli's up to the task. Gets his handball back to Blizzard. Blizzard's kick is smothered. Comes out to Kubicki on his left boot. Bit of a hope. It's out in front of Flanagan. Flanagan versus Jackson. Flanagan first to the football. Handball back. Wants support. Good tackle applied by Wynyard. Leafheber. Drods. Or Marley Bourne, that is. Out to Jackson. Jackson back to Leafheber. Inside forward 50. Howard it is again. Brandon Howard causing some headaches for the Ulverstone defence. And Troy Davies goes straight to the whiteboard. Change has to be made. There's no doubt about that. 8-3-51. 4-9-33. I think the scoreboard says for itself. Accurate kicking has allowed Wynyard to lead all day. .40 metres out. He leans back on it. He's drawn it enough, has he? He certainly has. And that's his fifth. Third in the third quarter. He's certainly got the kicking boots on today. 5 goals, 1 to Brandon Howard. They move out to a 24-point margin. So 4 goals, 9-3, 57. The Wynyard Cats leading Ulverstone 4-9-33. And we've gone 12 minutes into the third quarter.
There's no underplaying the delivery inside 50 from Wynyard, particularly this quarter. They've just been hitting targets right out in front, as Brandon has now taken 3 marks on the lead in front. And he's got 3 goals. Again, his goal kicking can't also be understated too. So brilliant work from the Wynyard forward 50 and the midfield.
Special comments by NWFL Supremo Morgan Hughes. Ball goes up, comes back down, and we're going to repeat the dosage. Ampol Me, controller of the umpires in the middle of the ground. Bourne doesn't beat Dawson to the football. Running onto it, knocking it forward was Kobe Smith. Comes out to Flanagan. He repels with a handball. He's looking for DeVries. Braden got his hands on the football now. He kicks it further afield. Good mark to Poley by hand into Blizzard. Has to step his opponent. That being Kobe Smith. Good enough to do it. Kick inside 450. Cowan! Murphy Cowan! He's taken the mark. He gets the free kick for being held. Good work by the big fella. Like shelling peas. That's what it's like. With a big fella up front.
Just goes to show your experience, doesn't it? That body use is fantastic.
Big man with big skills. Can he deliver on the big stage? They need it. 4 goals down. On a 45-degree angle. Can he kick Truly? Pumps the fist. Straight over the head of the umpire. And that's his third, the big fella. So they move to 5-9-39, the Ulverstone Robins. 18 points in arrears, the Wynyard Cats, 9-3 at 57, coming up to 14 minutes in the third quarter.
It really is a game between the 2 sets of tall forwards. You've got Howard and Wolf down one end, you've got Murphy Cohen and the support of Callie and Lanane down the other. It's the ball is definitely not hitting the floor as often as I thought it would.
Indeed. And the big fella there on the replay, just asking the question to the umpire. The umpire said, yes, you were going to get the free kick, but I tell you what, still took the mark one-handed. Cruz wins the tap against Bourne, middle of the ground. Jackson Hay picks it up, steps inside for Ulverstone. His kick, though, doesn't hit the target. Lyons picks it up wheels onto his left. His kick. Read there by Ulverstone defence through DeVries. Unfortunately, though, Wynyard are able to clear, and it lands in the lap. Can you believe it, of Joshy Wolf, the key recruit for the Wynyard Cats in season 2025, coming across from the Burnie Dockers. He's going to be kicking from exactly the same spot as Brandon Howard. Let's see whether he's got the skill set, Morgs. What do you reckon?
I want to say yes. And I'll leave it at that.
Degree of difficulty, fair bit when it comes to the angle. Distance won't be a problem. He kicks, and it's to the near side, so it's one behind. Notice he leans back on it a little bit, does Josh. Possibly stay a little bit further over the football. A beautiful kick of the football used to be Troy Davies, coach of the Ulverstone Football Club. You want to look at an exponent. Won't find any better. Troy Davies. So Jordan Kelly tries to hit DeVries, doesn't take the mark. Ball comes to Brasendale. Leaf header by hand. They release through Drods. Who kicks, finds, I think by pure chance, Egger. His kick on the outside of the boot towards Brandon Howard. Is he taken out of the marking contest? No, says the umpire. Running onto it was Flanagan. Was that in the back or without the ball? Yes, says the umpire, and he's going to receive the free kick. When you're faithful, not happy with the call. Staying the markers lines. Free roamer in life and football is Liam Flanagan. Kicks towards Mickey Lanane over the back, unable to take the mark over the top of Egger. They release by hand through Jordan Kelly. Comes to DeVries. DeVries inside 450. Murphy Cowan. Just throws around Cameron Drods like a rag doll. Does the big fella. I'll do it on my right. Now I'll do it on my left. Can the big fella kick? Truly. Braden DeVries, great kick. Inside forward 50, hitting up the target. That being the assistant coach and full forward, Luke Murfitt Cowan. Very deliberate approach. Inside, centre square. It's going to be kicking from right on 50. Might have drawn it. Just to the Lear side. So 3 goals, 2. 5-10 plays 9-4. In arrears by 3 goals. The Ulverstone Roberts of the Wynyard Cats. Clay Griffith plays on. Drives back to Hodgett, steps his player. Takes a bounce, runs around Jimmy Richards. Kicks towards Brandon Howard, who turns his player inside out. He's got a paddock here, the big fella. He can have a shot on goal. He does the responsible thing, though, the team thing. Kicks to the top of the goal square, running back with courage. I think that's Keegan Weller. Great team footy by the Wynyard Cats. And the mobile ruckman, centre-half forward, centre-half back. Depends where you want to put the chess piece, Morgan. We'll now have a shot on goal.
The big boys have come to play for Wynyard. Brandon Howard, everything he's doing is turning to gold this quarter. And again, a brilliant setup. Keegan Well, a bit of courage there, running back with the flight of the ball. Great contest now just to finish the job.
Slight angle, 15 metres out. Geez, getting close to the man on the mark. Lays back on it. Says to the Wynyard faithful, you can rely on me. And Keegan Weller kicks his third for the game. First in the third quarter. And they extend that margin back out to 4 goals. So it's 10-4, 64 the Wynyard Cats, leading Ulverstone 5-10-40.
Good kicking is good football. 10 goals, 4 to 5 goals, 10 shows that. Ulverstone more scoring shots, but just still 4 goals down.
We need to take into account the Ulverstone Romans have had 4 rush behinds today. Nonetheless, as Morgan pointed out, they've had good opportunities, another 6 opportunities in order to be able to score a major, and they haven't been able to do it. Wynyard Cats by 4 goals. DeVries wrapped up in a tackle, and Kubicki will get the rewards. So he might have come out a little bit injured there. Plays on, kicks onto his left. It's a bit up and under. He's asking a bit of work, asking for a bit of work from his forwards. They're up to the task. It's the smallest of the lot. I think that's Ren Smith. It's taken the mark in the middle of the pack.
Sometimes it helps just to stay down and not go up.
Well, with the wind literally behind him, not that it's a big breeze, he's a chance for distance, accuracy. Oh, that's up for debate. He kicks. It's not a bad looking kick. Ren Smith, the Wynyard Cats can do no wrong. That's his first. So he's got 1 goal, 1. That's their 5th for the quarter. The Wynyard Cats, they move out to a 30-point margin. Danger signs here. All the alarms will be going off for Troy Super Davies and the coaching contingent at the Ulverstone Robins. So 11-4-70, the Wynyard Cats leading Ulverstone 5-10-40 at the 21-minute mark.
Yeah, just every time he goes inside 50 Wynyard, it just feels dangerous. And Ren Smith, again, he's one of the big improvers for this side this year, playing as a small forward compared to where he was playing as a wing last year, and he's a fantastic goal.
Dan Smith will be very happy. Ball comes down to Leifeber. Releases back towards Marley Bourne. Running back with the flight of the football. Gets a handball. Gets it over to Ren Smith. Wrapped up in a tackle. Play on, says the out. No, it's holding the ball. And they release advantage out to Hazelwood. He's a good user of the football. Not sure what to do. He comes back inboard. Gets a handball back to DeVries. Out to McGurk. McGurk back to DeVries. DeVries looking for. Will he find Blizzard? Not up to the task, although he keeps the ball in play. Handball astray. DeVries has to go back after it. No one able to clear the football at this juncture. There's going to be a ball up, I would think. Lands in the hands of Jordan Kelly, is wrapped up in a tackle. And we will have a ball up, says Cameron Hingston. Centre wing, position grandstand side of the ground. And Blair, Mr. Blair, is asking for... them to stop play because of a player that is injured over the far side of the ground. So a player is down. Looks like it's an Ulverstone Robin. That player is being helped up at the moment. Looks like it's Liam Flanagan. I think he's okay, but he's been attended to by the trainers and he's been escorted off the field, it looks like. Hands on heads. I didn't see what happened, Morgs. Did you see?
No, missed that one.
So it was over the far side of the ground. Might have happened.
Knowing how Liam Flanagan attacks the footy, I wouldn't be surprised if it was high up in a marking contest.
Yeah, he's got a bit of blood coming from the nose, a bit of claret coming out of the bonds. He's way down enough by his hair.
Fearless in the air, Liam Flanagan. Fantastic rebound off half-back.
Absolutely. He's been replaced by Jackson Hay. And we'll get that ball up finally. Centre wing position, grandstand side of the ground. Wynyard runs on top of it, being pressured by Lee Feber and Cal Kubicki, who says hello. These two boys still pushing and shoving. Bit of feeling in the game. 5-goal lead to the Wynyard Cats. 23-minute mark. Boundary throw in. Weller over the top. Been one of their best today. Hazelwood gets his handball. An umpire says he was caught and he had the opportunity to release beforehand. And Keegan Weller, possibly their best player today, Moods.
Been really good. How versatile he is. Just shows today. Playing ruck, playing forward, playing where it was required.
Kicked 3 goals. As well as playing that versatile big man in the middle. There you go, jumps on top of the football. And we have another ball up. Don't follow me, I'll do that. Inside the forward 54. Wynyard Cats. Howard versus Dawson. Dawson takes the other ruck. Throws it on the boot. Asking Jimmy Richards to do the work. He's up to the task. Reminds me of Simon Dent. Just to wear the helmet on the box. Similar in stature too. Not a left footer. Fills out the Guernsey just like Simon. Blair. Oh, perfect count up to the task. Unbelievable. The big fella just uses that body well, doesn't he? Great posterior work by the big fella. Centre wing position. It's a short kick. Not sure who it's to. Jimmy Richards is going to have to do the work. Perfect count. Tries to get the ball back. Tries on top of it. The big fella's going to have to do it. Knock it out here. Umpire says give it moving forward. Tensions explode. Pulling Murphy Cowan up with Sharon Egger. Dawson, Weller with the fist. Zach Hazelwood over the back. Smart user. Kicks towards centre forward. Blizzard. Great mark in front. Believes he's in range. No one is presenting. He's just turned around now. He's in the middle of the centre square. He's going to be kicking from the centre square. Player on the mark. I'd suggest watch out. He might sell some candy. DeVries running around the outside. Ignores that. Oh, kicks from the centre square. Has he got the distance? Yes, he does. Has he got the accuracy? Eli Blizzard gets one back for the Ulverstone Robins. And they move to 6-10-46. That's his first for the game. Trailing the Wynyard Cats 11-4-70. What a kick.
If there was ever any confidence, he knew the second from when he marked it that he was going for goal, and he had no trouble getting the distance, no trouble with the accuracy. So that's a big goal right before 3/4 time for the Robins.
He's got class. Blizzard. I like the cut of his jib. Works well inside a phone box. Also, the person that delivered the footy to him, Zach Hazelwood.
He's been good today, Zach.
Crafty player. Similar to his uncle. Use both sides of his body too to Zach. Ball back in the middle. Dawson. V-Born. Dawson takes it out. Hits it to Blair. Blair on the left. Inside forward 50. Good pack of players. De Vries runs onto it. It's wrapped up in a tackle. Pull up will be the result. How are they going with Flanagan there, Morgan? Is he been attended to by the trainers?
He looks like he's okay. They had a quick look at him and assessed him when he went off, but he's up and standing. It looks like he's ready to come back on.
Always the competitor, and that's the siren at 3/4 time. at the 28.5-minute mark. So at the 28.5-minute mark, we see the Wynyard Cats 11-4-70, leading the Ulverstone Robins 5-10-46. So 4-goal margin to the Wynyard Cats, a great quarter for them. And our goal kickers are as follows. Brandon Howard, he's kicked 5 goals, 3 of those in the third quarter. 3 to Keegan Weller, 2 in the first, 1 in the third. 2 goal kickers in the... 3 single goal kickers for the Wynyard Cats, both in the first quarter. 1 to Kabicki and Joshy Wolf, and Ren Smith with that booming kick from outside 50 on the angle in the third quarter. For the Ulverstone Robins, their main target up front has been Luke Murphy-Cowan. So the full forward, they recruited from the NTFA. He's kicked 2 in the second and 1 in the third. 1 to Nelson Cruz in the second, 1 to Eli Blizzard in the third, and 1 to Jordan Kelly in the first quarter. How do we see it, Morgan? Are they capable of coming back, the Ulverstone Robins? They're down by 4 goals at three-quarter time.
Well, I think you can't count them out at all. This year, they've been the comeback kings all year. So again, it'd be rude to actually count them out. Again, they're going to have to lift compared to what they played in that third quarter. Luke Murphy-Cowan, as you said, fantastic body use, and again, bringing him into the game was a good thing because again, he's obviously got his hand onto a few of it, and his body work's been fantastic. Braden DeVries through the middle's also been fantastic, as well as Jackson Blair. But I think Wynyard, their versatility, being able to have Keegan Weller in the ruck up forward, he's kicked 3, I believe. He's kicked 3. You've got Brandon Howard, who's been on. He kicked 3 that quarter and has been fantastic, playing up the ground as well as a high half forward. So, yeah, I think this is Wynyard's to lose, but again, you cannot count out Ulverstone, as we saw in their reverse fixture at Ulverstone earlier in the year.
No doubt about it. I'm sure that Troy Davies will have something crafty up his sleeve, and he'll present that to the players. It's whether they're able to undertake and can make sure that they complete that particular task in the final 30 minutes of the game. We're going to take a quick break here from the Wynyard Recreation Ground at three-quarter time. We'll be back very shortly on the live stream. Wynyard Cats lead by 4 goals, 11-4-70 to the Ulverstone Robins, 6-10-46. On it. He's drawn it enough, has he? He certainly has. Hand into Blizzard. Has to step his opponent, that being Kobe Smith. Good enough to do it. Kick inside 450. Cowan! Murphy-Cowan! On a 45-degree angle. Can he kick truly? Pumps the fist straight over the head of the umpire. His kick. Read there by Ulverstone defence through DeVries. Fortunately, though, Wynyard are able to clear.
I want to say yes. And I'll leave it at that.
Degree of difficulty, fair bit when it comes to the angle. Distance won't be a problem. He kicks. And it's to the near. A release by hand through Jordan Kelly. Comes to DeVries. DeVries inside 450. Murphy-Cowan. Oh, just throws a... Very deliberate approach. Inside, centre square. It's going to be kicking from right on 50. Might have drawn it. Just to the lead. Paddock here, the big fella. He can have a shot on goal. He does the responsible thing, though. The same thing, kicks at the top of the goal square, running back with... Slight angle. 15 metres out. Geez, getting close to the man on the mark. Lays back on it. Says to the Wynyard faithful, you can rely on me. Plays on, kicks onto his left. It's a bit up and under. He's asking a bit of work. Asking for a bit of work from his distance. Accuracy. Oh, that's up for debate. He kicks. It's not a bad looking kick. Wayne Smith. The Wynyard Cats can do no wrong. With the fist, Zach Hazelwood over the back. Smart user. Kicks towards centre forward. Blizzard. Great mark in front. DeVries running around the outside. Ignores that. Oh, kicks from the centre square. Has he got the distance? Yes, he does. Has he got the accuracy? Eli Blizzard. Welcome back to the Wynyard Recreation Ground where we see the Wynyard Cats 11-4-70, 4 goals in front of the Ulverstone Robins. 6-10-46. Wynyard already dispersed and Troy Davies has only just let his players go. We'll get a quick update from around the ground from Morgan Hughes.
James C. NWFL Premier League senior men at Circular Recreation Ground. We've got Circular Saints 11-9-75, leading Latrobe Demons 7-8-50. At Devonport Oval, we've got Devonport Magpies 14-9-93 in front of Burnie Dockers 5-9-39, and then at Girdleston Park we've got the East Devonport Swans 4-4-28 trailing the Penguin 2 Blues 15-16-106, and that's just started the last quarter.
Well, Smithton Saints back in control. Well, Circular Head Saints, I should say, back in control now at the Smithton Recreation Ground. What's Ulverstone got to do this quarter? They're going to have to move the ball quickly. Any positional changes, Morgan Hughes?
Doesn't look like Flanagan's starting on a wing instead of half-back, which looks like he's moved him up the ground. Obviously, he's okay after that fall in the third quarter. But those sort of ball users out of half-back, the likes of Jet McGurk and Ethan Bond, Xavier Todman, they're going to need to move it quick and move it direct.
They move the ball forward. It's repelled by Wynyard. Comes out towards grandstand side wing, and Joe Pringle is the person who's sort of being dealt and manhandled by the Ulverstone player there in Zach Hazelwood. Bit of banter among the boys. Noel Fleming involved with that. That would be a free kick, one would think, to Keegan Weller in the ruck, and umpire Cameron Hingston also agrees, and he'll receive the free kick from Ben Dawson there, jumping in his path and taking his ability to be able to contest the ball in the ruck. Kicks, I wouldn't say 15 metres, nonetheless, to Mason Hodgetts. Mark's been paid, plays on, gets onto his trusty left, kicks towards half forward. Wolf out in front, takes the mark off McGurk. Been held. Pointing further forward with Sharon Egger. Plays on now, Joshy Wolf kicking towards the man up front who had no one in front of him, barring the green grass. And on that juicy green grass, he has clunked the football, and that's Brandon Howard. He's going for his 6th. And the heads in the Ulverstone coaching box just fell. Disappointed with the lack of effort there by the defence. Surely they knew he would be the target. They worked well together. It was Wolf and Howard today. Kicking outside the forward 50. And that's a horrendous shot at goal. And just sneaks in for one behind.
Just a bit of compose there from Brandon in that mark contest with Ethan Bond. Ethan went up and Brandon just knew just to take the sit and wait. The ball gently landed in his lap.
Misread it to Bond. He's got the ball in hand now, though. Will he come back across the goalpost to McGurk? No. I tell you what, he takes him on through the midfield, though. That's a great kick. Quayle looking for Linane. Is he up to the task? Ball goes over the back. Weller wrapped up in a tackle by Flanagan. Ball comes out to Dawson. Quick from hand to foot and hits up a leading Murphy Cowan. If he kicks this, Brandon Howard will be disappointed with his effort, and it's effectively a 2-goal turnaround.
Effectively, yeah, those are the ones you don't want to miss, and then have the other big fella down the other end take a mark and line up for a goal.
We're right behind him here. The recruit from the NTFA, assistant coach, full forward. Looks beautiful off the boots. Goal umpire says 6 points to you, son. And they move a little bit closer. 7-10-52. The Ulverstone Robins in arrears of the Wynyard Cats 11-5-71.
Good kick inside 50 from Ben Dawson. Lower the eyes. Again, under pressure. Saw the lead of his assistant coach and hit him right on the chest. So good start from Ulverstone this quarter.
Absolutely. Can they bring that deficit of 4 goals back in the final quarter? 19 points the margin. Ball has gone nowhere from A centre square bounce after the goal by Murphy Cowan. We'll repeat the dosage. Dawson staying again on top of Weller. Hazelwood. DeVries. Braden. Kicks forward. Looking for his brother. Bryce. Will's on the left. It's more a kick and hope. Getting his fist to it was Blizzard. To Polly. Pikes. Curtis Brasdell. Back to Darcy. Darcy plays on. You hear the call by the umpire. Dawson in front. Unable to take the mark. Marley Bourne competes. Wrapped up in a tackle was Riley Stafford. And we'll have a ball up. Centre across the half-forward flank. Handstand side of the ground for the Wynyard Cats. Dawson takes the ball out of the ruck. Handball to Hazelwood. He clears. And able to get his hands on the football was Justin Clark. And he gets knocked over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Dawson v Weller. Dawson's well on top. 9 minutes into the last quarter. They clear to Ulverstone. They get the kick towards half forward. The big fella DeVries pushed off the footy pretty easily there by Dodds. He goes straight across the boundary line. You can see a bit of fatigue there by the two big fellas, Morgan.
Starting to see this high pressure contest, that's for sure. So no surprise at that fatigue. We saw rather cramping on the outside side.
Ren Smith all alone here at half forward. So if we can get that clearing kick, it could be on from the contest. Oh, Hazelwood with pace towards Murphy Cohen. He's in front, unable to take the mark. Ball to ground. Gets it to DeVries. Goes on his left, goes straight up and down, and it's knocked through by Bates. And it's one behind for the Ulverstone Robins. So that's their 5th rush behind today. Margin back to 9 points. 71 plays 60. Leafheaver. They try to release through Egger. Free kick. And who's that?
Jackson Blair.
It is Blair. He was prominent early. Coming back into it. Trusty left foot. Up to DeVries. No one able to take the mark. Murphy Cohen gets his hands to it. DeVries follows up. It's cleared though by Darcy Brasendale. And a mark taken by Ulverstone, the centre of the ground. Bond kicks. Top of the goal square. DeVries. Braden on his left. Great smother by Dodds. Comes out towards the forward 50. Lyons misses the football. Comes out to Linane. He snaps over his shoulder. But it's one behind. They're doing all the attacking. The Ulverstone Robins. It's his first score of the day. Mickey Linane. Also noted as a small forward, goal-kicking midfielder. Griffiths. He lifted this quarter.
Big quarter.
Good mark, centre of the ground. Goes wide, looking for DePoli. Unable to take the mark. Lane runs without the football. DePoli follows back up. His handball. Goes astray, comes out towards Kabicki. He kicks. Oh, runs down to the front of the football. Geordie Clark. Courage personified by the captain. He kicks towards DeVries, unable to take the mark. Murphy out the back for Wynyard. Falls over. Loses the footy. DePoli picks it up. Kicks across the field. They're within 4 points. And that's his first of the day. Ali DePoli. 9-13-67, the Ulverstone Robins. Wynyard 11-5-71. Unbelievable Morgan Hughes.
You can't count them out. I said it at 3/4 time. They were on their feet in this third quarter. But Ulverstone again, 4 goals already this quarter. That's just forward pressure. They just kept pressuring that whole passenger play with the behinds, and they've done a fantastic job there. And Paulie Kubank, the finisher. Again, he's good on either foot, so again, you wouldn't doubt him from that distance.
Coaching masterclass by Troy Super Davies. Look at him, Podge McGurk. Here he comes. He's got the magic in the lips these days, the big fella. Not on the legs, but in the lips. Being the runner. Brings out those blue eyes of Chris Podge McGurk. As the ball gets...
There is a game of football on at the moment.
Ball gets thrown back up for another centre square bounce. No one able to clear. Polly gets his boot to ball. Hazelwood, by hand, to grass. Missing the footy was Smith, Kobe. It's knocked towards wing. And Blair gets onto it. Uses that trusty left out in front of Linane. He's under pressure from Brasendale. Curtis gets onto the footy. He's wrapped up in a great tackle. Can holding the ball to umpire? No. But it's across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. 4 points, the margin.
It's a good outcome for Ulverstone there. They got some distance on the kick, and now it's a stoppage. So half forward flank compared to where it was about 30 seconds ago. Fantastic outcome.
Brandon Howard would be ruining that shot on goal early in the quarter. Kick inside forward 50 for Ulverstone. Murphy Cowan, one-hander. Doesn't quite take it. Good use of his body over the football. Wade Murphy's after it for Wynyard. Knocks it forward. That's good defensive pressure there by the young man. And he's gained about 20 metres for the Wynyard Cats. They're outside the defensive 50. And it's across half forward in front of the boozer for the for the Ulverstone Robins.
Phenomenal game momentum is.
Boundary throw in. Weller v. Cruz. Cruz down to DePauli on the left boot. Murphy Cowan. Brasendale knocks the ball down. Drods knocks it forward. Leafhever. Banana up and under. No one able to take the mark. Good attempt there by Xavier Todman. And using his body well was the Simon Dan lookalike Jimmy Richards. Weller, Egger, pushes off Cruz, handball back to Weller, off to Leafhever. This is better by Wynyard. Wolf, can he compete? He does against McGurk, then he holds his jumper, no free kick. Play on, says the umpire, going without the football was closed. Well done by the defence there for Ulverstone through the service of the DeVries, looking for Murphy Cowan. Pushes the player into it. That was Darcy Brasendale. Knocks it forward now. Lanane not able to run onto it. Griffiths having used his body. Takes down Lanane without the football. Play on, says the umpire. Stacks on the mill. And Cameron Ingston says, I'll have it. And we'll have a ball up. Directly in front of the Ulverstone Robbins goal. At 35 metres out. 71 plays 67. 4 points to margin in favour of the Cats. Weller, big fist. Out to Stafford. Stafford gets it to Egger. Egger under pressure. Straight up and down. DeVries unable to take the football cleanly. Good effort there by Kobe Smith. Out to Grant Smith. By hand. They get it out towards Sharon Egger. Retreats. Mason Hodgetts uses that left boot. Over the top of Cody Jackson. Fangan will be first there. Picks up the football. Dumped in the top boot. Right in front of the interchange. Grandstand side of the ground. We've played 16 minutes. 71 plays 67. 4 points to margin in the favour of the Wynyard Cats. Dawson takes it out of the ruck. Handballs to no one. Leafhever's on the end of it. Ince does the handball. Lyons. That was like a bullet to him. Not quite sure what he was trying to do. I just imagine just getting it on the boot might have been the best option there, Morgan. It's what pressure does to individuals. Applied, then perceived. Egger. No one on him. Dawson. Not able to clear. Todman. Not able to clear either. Gets a hip and shoulder from Kubicki. Over the top there was flying with Joe Pringle. Lands on his neck. And he's asked for a change. Hope he's alright, young man. Doesn't look too good. The umpire says we'll have another ball up. He's over the top of Clark. Marley Bourne gets his hands on the football. Then a handball to Leafhever. Good vision. Trying to protect himself. His to Polly, taken out. Doesn't have the football, got a handball, goes across the boundary line. Slinging it across there was Riley Stafford. Right in front of the coaching fraternity from the Ulverstone Robins, Marcus Todman, giving some direction. Same with Troy Super Davies. Boundary throw in. Overrunning the football was Clark. So, initially, overrunning the football was Quayle, and then it came to Clark. Wrapped up in a tackle, and receiving the free kick will be Marley Bourne. Jackson Hayley can come on for the Ulverstone Robins. Bourne, kick towards the pocket. Leafhever contesting with Clark. Ball goes across the boundary line. We have a boundary throwing just inside the forward 50. Grandstand side of the ground. Table Cape end. Left of screen on the live stream. Wrapped up in a tackle is Howard. Didn't have the football. The free kick has been given away there by Ulverstone. I think the recipient will be Cody Lyons. I didn't quite see that. Orgs, were you able to?
Yeah. Went funny and that ball, hold the man. Chris Purden, I think, saw that one. He was definitely there. Good decision by that ball.
Yes, he went to take possession, ball went through. So Kobe Lyons will be having a kick from around about 40 metres out. got the distance, accuracy, under pressure, the young man. I think he's kicked the goal penalty. Advantage given, Kobe Lyons. Stems the bleeding. And that's his first for the game. And a much needed goal for the Wynyard Cats. They move to 12-5-77, 10 points in front of the Ulverstone Robins, 9-13-67. We're coming up to the 19-minute mark of the final quarter.
The ultimate definition of momentum stop of that one was, again, Ulverstone have been all over them again, similar to the end of the second quarter where the Wynyard Cats got a late one. That one would just help them with about probably 7 minutes or so to play.
Got a thriller here at the Wynyard Recreation Ground. Draw last time at Ulverstone. Dawson wins the tap down. No one's able to clear. Leaf Heber ducks his head, gets through the mess. But Ulverstone are able to clear with a kick. No one able to take the mark. De Vries gets his hands on it. Deals with De Vries. Putting the umpire, it's all legal. Drods gets his foot to the football. Comes out towards Trotman. Across half forward for the Robins. And he's kicked one at the 20 degrees. Follow up there by the player. Johnson still got the football. Fits his handball. Flanagan on the end of it. Kicks towards centre half forward. Topoli goes up. Brings the ball to ground. Linane off the ground. Griffiths in the way. Stands and delivers. By foot. Ren Smith underneath the football. Ulverstone don't give the free kick away. That was good courage, good defensive effort there by Ulverstone against Ren Smith. Also great courage standing up in the mark as he knew the player was coming towards him. Dawson takes it out of the ruck. Quayle. Blair from outside 50 on the left. Murphy Cohen! Using his body from the impossible angle. On his right boots. 21 minutes in. 77 plays 67. They're 10 points down. The assistant coach. Full forward. He's kicked 4 goals, 2 today. Goes with the banana. Slaps it. That's his 5th. Second in the 4th quarter. They move to 10-13-73. Wynyard 12-5-77. Morgan Hughes, we've got a 4-point ball game.
4-point ball game. But again, I'm almost speechless with Luke Cohen up forward again. He's just got Darcy Brasnell and Clay Griffith, premier defender of the competition, and he's 2-on-1, and he's out muscle both. Fantastic work by the big fellow up forward. We have a ball game here. We've got about 5 minutes to go. This could go either way.
Absolutely. Can we see a repeat of what happened in round 9? Just remember, both teams have had 2 draws this year. I don't want a repeat of that. De Vries, wrapped up in a tackle by Leaf Heber. Centre wing position, grand scoreboard side of the ground.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Weller with a push out. No doubt Dawson's on top in this last quarter. Goes towards De Vries, the big fella at centre half forward. Doesn't take the mark. Disposes of Fleming. And Fleming will receive the free kick. That's frustration, Morgan.
Yeah, frustration free kick. It's still a free kick either way.
Yeah, undisciplined. In fact, it was Hodgetts. Hodgetts out wide. To Smith.
Just got to kill the clock now, William.
And that's what they're doing. Leaf Heber with the football from Weller. Howard in the pack, unable to take the mark. Hodgetts running from half back. Gets his boot to ball out in front of Wolf. The Girk on top of him. Umpire says it'll be a ball up. Good defensive work there by McGurk. Good positioning by Josh Wolf. Well done.
Did a good job McGurk to not give away a free kick.
Ball up deep inside the forward 50 pocket for the Wynyard Cats. Scoreboard side of the ground. Dawson wins the ruck contest, kicks it out, and lands in the hands of Sharon Egger.
Take his 30, I reckon.
Co-captain. We are 23 and a half minutes in to the final quarter. 12-5 plays 10-13. 77 plays 73. The Cats got 4 points. I don't think he's got the distance in him.
He's a confident young man, that's for sure. But yes, the distance might be a bit tricky.
He'll be heavy in the legs. He's got a lead there from Brent Smith. Ignores it. He's going to go deep. I don't think it's to the distance. They're going to have to compete. No one's able to take the mark. Lyons puts his beak the ball. Smothered there by Ulverstone defence. Lyons gets it again. It's touched. And it's through for a rush behind. The first of the game for the Wynyard Cats.
Got to go now, Ulverstone.
5 points the margin. There's a kick in it. 78 plays 73. Robbins. Away they go. Blizzard. Advantage with the kick down the ground. Mark unable to be taken by Hazelwood. Over the back. And a ball up will be the result. Scoreboard, wing. Forward to the centre for the Ulverstone Robbins. Weller pushes out Dawson. No free kick, but he gets his boot to the ball. With the follow-up. Goes well up. Lands in the hands of Flanagan. Flanagan, he had an option short. Just kicks the note. That's a poor decision. Lands in the hands of Egger. Egger transfers play wide and back on a 45-degree angle. Mark has been taken by the Wynyard player. I think that's Hodgetts out there.
Looks like it, yep.
He kicks down towards marking target in Howard. Gets his hands on the footy after receiving a handball. His kick inside forward 50. Just out of the reach of Liam Flanagan and runs across the boundary line. And that's a great result for the Wynyard Cats. They've chewed up time. We're almost 26 minutes in. And they still lead by 5 points. And they're inside their forward 50.
We've got 40 seconds max left to go. So again, time's against Ulverstone here. They need to win this stoppage.
Boundary throw in. They're going to have to take it on through the middle. De Vries goes without the football. Lefebvre. Head over the football. Great contest by both teams. Ooh, there's still a bit of heat in this game. Wolf not happy with the treatment on Lefebvre. Comes in and makes a statement. Cameron Hingston says, I'll have it. Another ball up. The big fella again, Dawson, takes the other ruck, hands it to his teammate, and wrapped up in a tackle. That being Flanagan. And we'll do it all again. Dawson, handball. Goes straight to Ren Smith, wrapped up in a tackle, comes out to Lefebvre, across the goal, across his shoulder. And that's a goal. And
No, I think it's not a goal, but the siren's gone. They've waved it off. I think the siren
waved it off. And the Wynyard Cats have won by 5 points, 12-6, 78. Ulverstone Robins 10-13, 73. Well, we can say the Ulverstone Robins had their chances. I know there were 5 rush behinds, but they definitely had the opportunity to win the game. They had 23 scoring shots to 18 overall. Goal scorers for the Ulverstone team up front. Luke Murphy-Cowan kicked 5, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Single goal, 2 goals to Eli Blizzard, 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth. Nelson Cruz, Oliver DePoli and Jackson Hay with 1 each. The Wynyard Cats, main goal scorer was Brandon Howard up front. He kicked 5, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. 1 goals, 2 to Brandon Howard, 3 to Keegan Weller, 2 in the first, 1 in the third. And single goal scorers to Cal Kubicki, Josh Wolf, Ren Smith and Kobe Lyons. For analysis of today's game, to Morgan Hughes.
Well, I mean, that's the finish as we expected. And again, we can never write off Ulverstone despite that 4-goal disadvantage. They'll fight tooth and nail in that last quarter, particularly for Super as their coach. So they'll be a little bit disappointed. I think a couple little errors in that last quarter where they probably could have put a goal on the board to get the lead has probably let them down. But again, I think Wynyard scoreboard probably reflects the day. I think Wynyard were slightly the better side overall. Again, their forward line just dynamic again with Josh Wolf and Brandon Howard again seem to pick up everything And they had a good support crew through the middle. Sharon Egger, I thought, stepped up, particularly in the last, as well as Tommy Leafhaber. I thought he was pretty quiet to start the day, but came up really good in that last quarter when the game was to be won. So Wynyard will be really happy. That really puts the pressure on now, Bernie, about that third place.
Absolutely it does. So it'll be interesting to see how Wynyard go against the Devonport Magpies in the coming fixture in the last 2 rounds. Similarly, also the Ulverstone Robins, who would be disappointed. Nonetheless, we spoke to the president at half time, Scotty Pearce. He talked about Troy Davies instilling belief in this group of Ulverstone senior men, and there's no doubt that they've been able to show that throughout the course of the season. They've had a couple of draws, but nonetheless they've also done exceptionally well. As we can see, Justin Clark being chaired off today, his 150th. So well done to Justin Clark and his 150th senior game for the Ulverstone Robins, one of the vice captains. But kudos to the Wynyard Cats. They've had some near misses this year, Morgan, but they're going to be prominent when it comes to the final fixturing, along with Bernie and also the Ulverstone Robins. Can any of them knock over the Devonport Magpies?
Finals are a different ball game, X, I think. But yeah, look, again, we all know Devonport are clearly a cut above the rest, but you just can't count out what happens at that final day of the year. So no, look, Devonport clearly above, and again, I believe they've had a 97-point victory today over Bernie. So that clearly shows their superiority in this competition. But again, that one day in September, you never know.
Absolutely. So 78 plays 73, 12-6, 78 the Wynyard Cats defeating Ulverstone at 10-13, 73. Before we wrap up, any scores from around the grounds, Morgan?
Yes, as I said, Devonport at Devonport Oval, winners 2016 136 over the Bernie Dockers 5-9-39. East Devonport 4-4-28, trailing. They lost to Penguins, 21-19, 145. And at Circular Head, the game is still going. And after being 25 points down at three-quarter time, the Latrobe Demons are currently 5 points in front, 11-14, 80 to 11-9, 75.
Wow, terrific effort there by Fresh and his boys from Latrobe Demons. Still awaiting the final score, no doubt. And I'm sure the Saints will be trying to make sure that they rectify the scoreboard to make sure that they get the 4 points, because you don't want to lose at home, especially all the way down there. Congratulations to the Wynyard Cats. They move into third position outright with 36 points, and they have 8 games, 2 draws and 4 losses, and they're going to increase their percentage just marginally. Bernie will be going relegated to 4th position on the ladder. Penguin will consolidate that 5th position. Circular Head looking to obviously get one more win to their 3 wins so far this year, but that result yet to be decided. I just want to say thanks to Josh on the camera. Thank you to you, Morgan, for making yourself available to support us on the AFL live stream. To those in the studio, thanks for their support today. And all those at home or utilising the live stream today, we thank you for your attendance from the Wynyard Recreation Ground, the NWFL men's senior game between the Wynyard Cats and the Ulverstone Robins. We look forward to seeing you next week from the Northwest Coast.